1,000 Pokemon booster packs.
Oh yeah.
Now it's about 980.
Oh, no.
This is gonna be
I got him.
That's
I got it.
clean up on aisle. Oh,
no, you're playing a video.
What did I say? What did I say?
Where'd you play in the video at?
Oh, let's just talk and just open packs.
Yeah, sure. We're gonna figure this out.
I'm just gonna open packs while they do it. And we need this for our what is it for, Mahone?
This is for our what? 1,000
inventory for Dariums.com. Webdariums.com.
Hey, so it's a party out here. We've even got YouTube videos playing. Mikey's on the scene though. We're gonna fix that audio real quick.
Oh, that's a good one to have playing too, Mikey.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
anyways, yeah, so Dariums.com is back, and so is our bulk submission form where you can sell your bulk to us. The link in the description to the site. Let's put the Omnistar break right there because we have nothing else to do with it. We are so organized.
This
is unbelievable.
Amazing.
Oh, I need to look for things like DCEs and stuff.
You know,
too.
before we started filming, Mikey was like, "Hey, you guys should like check those YouTube videos. Make sure that we don't accidentally click them." We're like, "We're fine, ship it."
I did not click them.
I think I pushed packs onto the mouse, which inadvertently clicked it.
That's okay. We'll deal with copyright strikes.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Not on the 1,000 packer. All right, we're gonna put this mouse like way away from everything, so we can just get to the pure.
Don't hurt my Omnistar break.
Pokemon incredibleness. This is
Porygon Z.
This is a lot. How am I gonna do stack maintenance with like 1,000 packs?
Well, that's why we have Mikey behind us.
So, you started it, Andrew.
Whoa, watch the DCEs.
Just randomly going and just scattering the packs, and then I just hopped on the train. It was too late.
So you're a follower, huh?
I'm
Is
a
what you're saying?
follower.
It felt good though. It felt good
did.
to just have
Why don't
a
you
moment.
just open packs
It
from
took
like?
us about 25 minutes to actually do all that stacking.
Hey, remember when Talonflame was a thing?
Oh yeah.
Want to open packs just from my side here, buddy, so we can get them off the playmat?
Oh sure, yeah.
Instead
We'll
of just
do
grabbing
that.
them off screen.
You know, we could just work together and towards a common goal.
Remember to check the uncommons. There's a lot of good uncommons in these sets.
Are there a lot of good uncommons? Speaking of sets, what all we got here?
I don't even know. Well, here's a Crimson Invasion. Oh, there's a bunch of Crimson Invasion.
There's a lot of Crimson Invasion.
Oh, that's just fantastic.
There's like two.
We've got a Bronzong break and an upside down Lucario.
Did you say there's like 2 packs of Ultra Prism?
There's like literally 2 packs of Ultra Prism.
But I got a Guzma.
Somewhere in there.
I'm just going to put the uncommons on your side for right now because all we have is breaks and 3 uncommons.
Breaks and 3 you're right.
That's really...
This is, oh yeah. This is
Why is there a Bombi in my code stack?
So, we just got done cracking like, I don't know, a lot of boxes.
These all came from collection boxes, which have like 4 apiece in it. So yeah, there you go.
1,000 divided by 4.
250.
About 250. So we just got done opening 250 collection boxes. I don't know if you've ever opened like, I don't know.
Catcher, secret. Given the fact that we spent about $3,000 on this, we gonna need our money. Ooh, that's actually really good shape. Oh,
okay.
There's a slight line on it.
Okay.
Can you sleeve that for me? Because I don't know
where my sleeves are anymore.
They're hidden under packs?
They are hidden under packs.
I found a sleeve. I got you, buddy.
That's good. All right. See, there's just an avalanche of packs coming.
You know, I haven't even dented the amount of packs sitting right now.
This is, yep. We're in for the long haul here, per usual. But yeah, so this is actually, think about how long it's going to take us to open this. It took us probably even longer to open the boxes before we started opening the packs.
True story. That actually probably, yes, that's actually probably gonna be a longer amount of time.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, wait, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it was over an hour, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
We gotta disconnect our armchairs here.
Yeah.
Are there packs under there?
Because
Alakazam EX.
I need to get those packs before there's actually empty packs down here.
Oh yeah. So good idea, Mikey.
Watch pulling on my chair, dog. You're about to knock me over.
I'm sorry.
Mikey is under the table getting all the packs that we knocked off. There was
what's this Wii stuff? It wasn't me.
I guess it was me.
There's some behind the TV monitors over there too.
There's a lot, and they're all over the place.
This is almost a 1,000 pack video.
I think it's gonna be 1,000 packs.
No, Mikey.
I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. You did that on purpose.
Right.
We have video proof of it. Ow! I'm not wearing shoes. Stop stepping on my feet. There's a Mega Venusaur.
This is insanity. This is a fun 1,000 pack, though. I do like the fact that
We're good.
Fun.
Fun.
You not
lives
sleeve
are
your
fun.
Tauros GX?
I was still trying to uncover where my sleeves are.
That's fine, I understand.
Yep, so one day I'll find the sleeves. And then
And
I will start doing this. But yeah, shout out to our website, which is live and up and running and awesome.
And actually working.
And actually functional. That is awesome. So stoked about that. For sure. Aaron is getting a bunch of bulk orders already, which is sick. That is awesome. I cannot for the life of me find those sleeves.
We also have a buy list.
We also have a buy list now. Thank you, Mikey.
If you don't know what a buy list is, explain what a buy list is.
Are you throwing your empty wrappers on top of
Yes,
all the
it
other?
is.
God, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm just not, not on top of it right now.
Man,
Feel
both
like-
of you are.
I feel like I'm
All
just
sorts of
out
messed
here
up today.
floundering. Yep. We're just out here just
It's
doing
a
our
little
thing.
late.
I'll have to throw the packs behind me, I guess.
We just spent like 2.5 hours
Oh yeah.
opening boxes.
Opening boxes. I'm a little fried right now. I'm just a little
Should have taken a breather, man.
just taking a breather. No, power forward. We have all the tools
Press
necessary.
on.
Press on. The show must go on. Must go on. I spent like 30 minutes just assembling that stack that we destroyed at
What's
the
this
beginning
Wii
of this
stuff
video.
all about? Stop dragging me into it.
I feel like that you're just a part of it, I feel like that
Because
it's
I'm
like,
here doesn't automatically make me an
definitely-
accomplice.
definitely you're an accomplice. Definitely, this is mostly your fault.
Hey, I can see Bulbasaur now.
And definitely you're the reason I can't find my perfect fits. Thank you, Mikey. I think he's coming in
Can you
clutch.
stop punching my chair?
I'm not punching your chair.
You just did.
You're punching your chair.
God, you're dumb.
I'll be back.
Bye, Mikey.
So it looks
Move my balk first, since you gave me no room for my balk to
I
be
can
moved.
It's
sleeve
not my fault.
my boys now.
You're both dumb.
This is none of our faults. Nothing is it.
I blame
At least
you.
put a 5,000 count box on a chair right behind us.
I have comments and uncomments right
Peter
here.
King.
There we go.
Right where?
Sick.
Right there. I'm going
Just
to move it.
Put a
buddy.
box right here behind us.
I'm going to be sitting here. I just need to go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh my God, Mikey.
Give me your bulk.
Real Darium's drama.
Who's Diriums?
Darium's. Darium's. Gosh.
Did you just pull a?
Got it.
Wow, I can't even think of the name of the movie now.
Napoleon Dynamite.
There you go.
Yeah, did I just quote Napoleon Dynamite?
You did just.
All right, everybody, raise your hand
That
if
is
you know
so
what Napoleon.
old that I couldn't even remember the name of it.
Raise your hand if you know what Napoleon Dynamite is. Yeah.
Everyone should know that.
Everyone should know. You think all our viewers will know?
Everyone should know.
Everyone should know, but do they?
John Heder? What's
John
his name?
Heder? I don't know. Yeah, that's dude's name.
I can't remember.
Marowak Break. That's what we got there. Bone Revenge. 140 hit points. Nuts.
I still think you're a dummy.
Hey, a Gladion full art. That is a pretty sick rip.
Which you didn't know where dummy came from. You're the one I was calling a dummy in the group chat, right?
Oh, yeah, you were
Like,
calling me a dummy in the
You
group
dummy,
chat.
and you didn't know where it's coming from.
I didn't get the reference. No. I
Joey
just,
Turner.
just thought you were being mean to me.
Well, you are a dummy.
Oh, see?
Trio.
Just being a little run of the mill bully there.
Nope. I'm just quoting a popular TV show that went off the air several years ago.
Oh, what TV show is that?
You see what? I told you. Why is there hair? Get the hair off there. What is this?
Ew.
This ain't no soup kitchen.
Ew. Ew.
My old boss used to say that to me all the time.
Well, this isn't a soup kitchen.
Yeah, working at Donato's Pizza Place, I always be like, this ain't no soup kitchen.
It's hard for me to imagine you actually having a job and working somewhere.
Oh, I was like a teenager, man.
You were a teenager.
That was like way back in the day.
way back in the day, where you decided to just be your own boss and make internet cash for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yep.
Why didn't you do that?
Why didn't I do that?
Yeah, why'd you decide? I mean, you're working for me. Why don't you just be your own boss?
Be my own boss? I don't know. Maybe one day.
Just low-key told you to quit, dude.
You just low-key told me to quit. Oh, there's a Rockets. That's the thing.
Secret rare.
Be my own boss. I don't know. Being your own boss, it's got its perks.
And it's scary.
And it's
parts.
scary and stressful and keeps you up at night. And there's like nobody to take care of you. You got to take care of yourself.
Oh, it's great. 24 hours a day is dealing with problems when one of you have one.
Exactly.
You always come running to me.
So this 1,000 pack is
I have an Altheria.
filled with lots and lots of stuff. We've got a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously we open collection
Like
boxes to
1,000
get
packs?
these. Yeah, but I mean, we're getting everything. We got some X and Y series stuff here. We've got some Sun and Moon stuff here. We've got. Do we have Ultra? There are some.
Like two.
Ultra
Didn't you say
Prism.
like two
There
Ultra
are,
Prism
like-
packs?
Not a lot of Ultra Prism packs, but I think there probably should be some. Is there any Ultra Prism in those Guzzlord boxes?
I hope so, because they're new.
I think so. They feel new enough. They should probably
I mean,
have some. Ultra Prism in them,
I'd
correct?
be surprised if there wasn't any Ultra. Libya full of...
Hey, check that out. She's a $10 card somehow. So that's... I don't know. Yeah, if you consult her friend Gladian, I don't think he's $10, is he? I don't know.
You know, I don't even know what's going on. Ooh, Ancient Origins.
It's the female factor.
The blast from the past.
It's the female factor. Nihilego! Just getting the Nihilego. Nihilego.
Blastoise.
Tomato.
A very warped Blastoise.
Very warped Blastoise. I'm really excited about our PSA submission that we
would
are
be
putting in. Why would I be?
I don't know. I gotta finish it. It actually is a quite lengthy process to do.
Yeah. So what all goes into it? Like, what do we have to do to even send in a PSA? I've never actually done it.
Well, we gotta take the cards. We gotta take them out of the perfect fits. We gotta put them in normal penny sleeves, and then we gotta take those and put them inside the soft, like oversized things.
Yep.
Then we gotta go to the website. We gotta type up everything, and we gotta say, all right, this is each individual card by line. We gotta plug in the price for it. You know, get the quotes on the insurance, all that fun stuff, and then you pay them. Then you got to print out the slips. Then you have to order them in the way of the slips. And then you got to write on each thing submission number, whatever, how many day return it is. But then we also have a sponsorship with them now. So then we have to make sure it gets forwarded to the right person and a bunch of extra paperwork we got to do. It's actually not that hard. It's a hashtag first world problems. But it's really annoying when you have 600 cards and you got to split it into different orders and type them all up. And like,
we're sending away a 600 card submission.
Well, I mean, first of all, let's just say if you have just like the base set, right? 102 cards, I think, for base set. That's still 102. I have to type out every single card that's in there and get them all sorted and organized by the way I type them in and make sure I don't miss one. And it's actually annoying.
I'm sure.
It's a much longer process than you'd think it is.
Oh, no, I believe that for sure. That sounds very tedious.
I mean, it's like how some people every now and then send us bulk. They think they can just throw it in a box, ship it to us, not tell us about it, not give us a return address, and not give us a PayPal. And we just hear from them 6 months later when they complain, how come I never got my money? Like, you gotta fill out the forms.
Gotta fill out the forms.
I understand it's annoying, but that's how we know who you are.
Exactly.
Otherwise, if I could just take cards and just ship them to PSA,
that'd be great.
Man, that'd be awesome.
You guys figure out the rest.
You figure out what it is and just ship it back to me.
And then where I live and just give them back.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't even mind a return address. I guess I could do that for them.
I guess we could provide a return address. I guess
a little bit of give, a little bit of take.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Once we get these
packs. What are you guys talking about?
Nothing, Mikey.
What it takes to do a PSA submission.
I also told him he needs to quit.
He did tell me that I needed to quit. Why do I need to quit?
Just get out of here, dude.
Just get
Dang.
You a dummy.
Just be your own boss. Yeah.
Bye.
I think I could.
The sass is real.
What kind of business would you run?
What kind of business would I run? I don't know. I guess I don't know, a YouTube business.
Ooh, we can't do that. You should probably read your contract very finely.
There is no contract. There's no contract.
Yeah, you gotta pick something else, buddy.
Just gonna have to hire a hit squad to come out for you. Just have to do this the old-fashioned way, Kevin.
You're gonna need a really good lawyer to get out of that, buddy. But good luck with your YouTube career.
Yeah. No, you don't own me, Kevin.
See you in court.
Dare you. See you in court, though.
Buddy.
Yeah, so I guess I can't be my own boss. So you own me, but I haven't signed anything.
That's how it works with businesses, man. That's just how it goes. See, the fact you don't know that means you're not prepared to be your own boss.
Right.
I'm giving you training. Think of it, invaluable training. What are dumb things the bosses say to you to like make you do things they don't want to do? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, this is training. Go take out the trash now. Do this and do, you know. They're just unloading things that they don't want to touch.
Dang.
Which is why you guys emptied out most of the collection boxes, and I was watching videos about classic World of Warcraft episodes.
Yes. Yes. So, being my own boss does start to sound better and better.
It's not bad. It's really not bad.
Sounds better and better every day. Yep. You have your employees.
Alakazam.
You tell them what to do. They do it. You know.
You know, basically, do you like yelling at people? Do you like being lazy and making people do other things? Yes. But then again, there's this like annoying thing that every few weeks you got to give them money.
Yeah.
That's the downfall.
Yeah, you do have to pay them.
Yeah, that's...
Yep. Uh-huh.
Unless you're really good at convincing people they should intern for you.
Oh,
You know, if you're like, hey, I want to run my own, Pokemon channel one day or own YouTube channel, be like, cool, I'll teach you how to do it, come work for me as an intern. I'm not gonna pay you, but you're gonna get valuable experience.
Right.
Oh, that's the best. Can we find some people that'll do that?
I think we could. Yeah, how about some graphic design interns to do our thumbnails? That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be super sweet.
Oh, yeah. You get to be on a really sweet YouTube channel, and all your work gets to be viewed by thousands of people.
And it costs us nothing.
Yeah, and then I don't need to do them anymore. That'd be great.
Yeah, there you go. See? Just pulling off your work on someone else.
You're right. I should just start hanging around the college campus a little bit more. You know, I already go there. And I could just put some flyers around the art department. And, yeah, you could put us on your resume. That'd be great.
Yeah, that no boss anywhere in the world would know who I am unless they're kids like us.
Right.
That's why you include the link in your resume.
I guess if you went and worked for, which Paul was it? Jake Paul?
Jake Paul.
Yeah, you could put us on the resume.
Right.
Because, well, at least was his cousin?
I think it's his cousin, yeah.
I don't need
They call him little mini Jake Paul.
Mini Jake Paul?
Yep.
All right, so if you ever work for Mini Jake Paul, that would work because in one of their videos they were watching me. But, Charizard!
Hey, check him out.
Other than that, good luck. Good luck. Ooh, that's actually...
Is it good?
Ooh, wow, it doesn't have... Oh, it's got a... I don't know, but that's being sent... Oh,
you
no.
send him off in
No,
PSA?
I'm not. It's got like a tiny, tiny, tiny little divot on the back.
What do you think?
Otherwise,
so
this
9?
thing is beautiful. Yeah, I might just do it anyway.
Sometimes they forgive one thing.
And 9's better than...
Then not graded.
Nothing. Yeah.
Is it better than not
Hopefully
graded?
the guy just has a bad day and gives me a 10.
That's the hope, you know? It's all
does happen.
subjective. Exactly. It's all just some guy who like, oh, when did you get that Mewtwo?
Or girl.
That's awesome. Or girl, or lady, or
Z.
you know, whatever. Yep. So, you know, it's all just a person who has their own life.
Or dog.
I was gonna note, pretty sure that you need opposable thumbs to grade cards. I'm pretty sure dogs would actually be horrible graders. We got a rainbow rare.
All they do is they bork between 1 and 10 times on the grade of the card. You know, you kind of just go like this, and they start barking to let you know what the grade's going to be. I would love to have a
go
bork.
like this. They don't have thumbs.
No, you do it.
Oh.
For someone, or I'm sure they can have machines.
Uh-huh.
Dude, a bork approved card? Come on.
What is a bork?
What?
Bork.
What's a bork?
You don't know what a bork is?
Is it like a bark?
I'm ignoring you now for the next like 5 minutes. How much time's left on here? So is it counting
my
up? I will
goodness.
talk to you when it says 2 hours and 25 minutes.
I don't spend a lot of time on the
So
internet.
Mikey, how's it been going,
Would
dude?
the internet have
I'm
told me
good,
what a bork is?
good. Just sitting in the back here, relaxing, chillaxing.
Just chilling. Do you mind moving some of my bulk here in a minute?
Hey guys, I wish this was streamed so I could ask the
Is there anything
chat
like special you've been doing, man?
what a bork was.
You been up to anything special lately?
I'm trying to get some cool products for Wacky Wednesday.
Is it
what
just
are
a
you trying
funny
to
way
get?
to say bark?
Some Japanese product, and
Very
I'm
confused right
talking
now.
to some people with some old stuff.
Old stuff.
Yeah.
Don't we have like some stuff sitting around?
We have some stuff.
Not a lot anymore.
Not a lot of stuff.
Probably
We got
get
rid of
stocked
most
back
of our
up.
wacky stuff.
Here's a stack of bulk for you, sir.
Thank
Since
you.
I can't put it anywhere, I still have packs on screen.
Oh my goodness.
Did you hear something, Mikey?
Yeah, one day Darian will talk to me again.
Yeah, I don't know, Mikey.
I'll talk
There's
to you, Mahone.
Oh, thank you, Mikey. Appreciate it. What's a bork, Mikey?
Bork is a dog noise.
A dog noise? No, they say bark. Why was it changed to bork? Who changed it? Did the internet change it?
Bork. And it's also what the Swedish chef used to say.
The Swedish chef? Who's that?
Oh, gosh. I think I'm done talking to you now.
All right, so, Mikey.
When it gets to
Oh, man.
26, I'll start talking to you.
I
again.
can't believe I'm getting timed out by my
all
own
right.
friends.
So what else has been new, Mikey? What have you been doing, dude?
Sorting a lot of bulk.
The bulk sorting is back in full
yes.
swing.
Yes.
Indeed.
I need to sort the cards out there on the old playmat.
It'll help.
I mean, we'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
It'll get full of stuff. This way of sorting, doing it
Derp
differently of all
tree.
the hollows in the same stack is throwing me off.
Yeah, I've just decided to not do that.
Why are you talking?
Oh,
You talk to him.
because I just,
No, I was talking to you, Mikey.
Okay.
you know, because
Thanks for assuming.
I'm a person.
Just kidding, Mike.
I
I'm a
wasn't
I love you.
person, and I have feelings, and they should be valued.
But
And you guys are my friends.
upside down rares, 2 in a
Ooh.
row.
Oh, a full art
Mikey, have you
Altaria.
eaten today, buddy?
Pretty cool.
I have not.
You have not.
No.
What are your plans for food?
I have no clue.
Ooh, there's some. If you go to my house, there's some pot roast.
Ooh.
Wifey made it. Pretty good.
I like pot roast.
I know, it's got a bunch of the carrots and potatoes and, like, obviously, I guess, you know, the roast part's in there, too. But that's not my favorite part of a pot roast.
I think I might have to stop at your house.
Incineroar! Yeah, but that's there if you want some food. You know, all my friends are able to go there, so I'm giving you permission to do it. You know. But it's really good, though.
Okay, I see. That's cool.
Umbreon!
Ooh, Umbreon.
Ooh, that Umbreon's awesome. I wish I was part of the Darium's crew, man. That'd be great.
But
it'd be great.
put on down there.
You know, if I was just like included and stuff. And
You know what this pack
Guys
opening
love me.
reminds me of?
What's that, Mikey?
Our very first.
Full Rock Canyon.
Our very first.
Oh yeah.
1,000 pack opening.
Oh, you want me
Right.
to turn the lights off? It'll look more like that.
Oh,
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
I was so
I
bad.
had to take a really bad thumbnail picture and Guzma. We could make this thing a little rockier. It'd have that awesome musical intro though.
Yeah, it was interesting because we did a huge amount of eclectic packs.
Right. How did you guys get the packs for that first 1,000 pack opening? Just opening a bunch of different booster boxes?
2 minutes.
Oh, we're still not talking to me. Oh, okay. Dragonite. I'll talk to myself then. It's fine.
But yeah,
cool.
you remember when
It's
we
great.
cleared the shelves off at the store? It was like, we're doing this 1,000 pack.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember that. Like it was, yeah.
It was literally a day. We were like the afternoon before we did it. We were like, we should do this.
Oh, that's why the lighting was terrible.
Oh
That's
my
why
gosh,
everything
so,
about that video was
planning
terrible.
was minimal.
So yeah, we were like, all right, let's do this. Let's Mikey, go ahead and let's do a count of how many packs we have in this shop. And so we sat there and counted all the packs. We used almost all the packs that we had at the shop.
Oh my gosh.
To do it. It was fun
energy.
though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it totally was. It was just, man, when you look at it now, it's so
It
bad.
looks so cringy. Like
Right.
It's 4 million views. It's like 3.9 million views or something insane.
Mm-hmm.
Darium's greatest hits.
That's 3.9 million embarrassments.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom,
Right.
boop, boop.
And the tin video, the 64 tin video.
All right, Mahone. It's
What's up? Can we
been
talk
5
yet?
minutes.
Oh, yay, nice. I'm
Kinda,
back.
it's kind of nice just talking to Mikey, though.
Back online. That's fine. It's fine. Mike, you want to tag in? I mean, we could.
You ever heard of Doge?
We could let Mikey
Oh,
go for a
gosh.
little while.
Oh,
Do you know what Doge is, Mahone?
It's the dog. That's the dog.
Wow, you know that.
I do know about the Doge dog. I mean, yeah, you want to play Name This Meme and like see if I know it?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't.
Sure, what about the Goosebumps books?
What about? I know that they're books. Yeah.
No, the meme. We're talking about the meme.
Oh no, I don't know anything about the meme. Tell me about the meme.
Oh my god, it's Goosebumps.
Oh
Or
my
my-
girl is
Oh my god,
Goosebumps.
it's
Yeah,
Gerst burps like
Yeah.
that. Is
Yeah.
that with the girl with the?
Mhm.
Oh, that poor girl.
So you know that now.
Irma good.
Nah, dude, she lived up to that.
She lived up.
It was literally, I think, just a
No
Facebook.
one actually knows who she is though. Like,
No, we do because someone
'cause
stole
she's-
that from her Facebook. Her Facebook.
I know, but she's a grown woman, so people don't just. Go,
Oh no, they don't
my
recognize her.
girl.
Remember when Bad Luck Brian attempted to like actually make a comeback and no one cared? No one remember that?
Isn't Bad Luck Brian? He's from Ohio too.
He lives pretty
Is
close
he-
here.
He's like he's
That is
actually,
pretty funny.
I think he lives in Cuyahoga Falls also.
No way.
Yeah.
No, he's like incredibly close. But I remember he was on because the overly attached girlfriend is actually entertaining. She's actually a really cool chick.
Really?
And she was doing a bunch of videos. Yeah, and like plus almost everything she does is for charity. So you got to give
That's
her like
cool.
that
Right.
much more props. But he tried to come back in a bunch of skits with her. Yeah, man. Nah.
Didn't work out.
Nah,
Huh?
man.
Because no one knew who he was, and he
No,
doesn't
he-
look the same at all.
No,
No.
it doesn't matter if you know he can't act.
He can't
He can't-
monetize the fact that he was a meme.
No,
I mean,
but
like
she definitely did, and she did it right. He tried. I mean, I'm sorry, Brian. If I know you live like probably in my city, but sorry, dude. You just
it's all good. Everyone
man.
has their talents. You know, you have
Ah!
your 15 minutes of fame.
upside down commons in this one.
That's weird.
It usually goes the
Andrew.
other way.
Yes.
Do you know the way?
Oh my gosh, Uganda Knuckles. Okay, I do know about Uganda Knuckles. See, I mean, Uganda Knuckles has come out since I've been since I've been on YouTube.
Okay,
so
the question to see how much I hate you.
yeah,
If I said all your base,
or belong to us.
oh thank God.
Okay,
thank
I mean,
God.
come on, they were like one of the
Thank
original.
I'm just saying. I would have been so upset. Cartana.
Hey, full art Lucamine. I know some memes. I do know
Someone
some.
touched on my spaghetti.
I actually don't know anything about this Spaghetti one.
That's currently what Pokemon Evolutionaries is using, I think, right now for their when you subscribe to them or donate money to them or something, or maybe even just follow them. I can't remember. Yeah.
Goodness.
That is funny.
I think it's actually just a follow.
So it's like some sort of video or something says something or a picture about Spaghetti. What is it?
It's like a cartoon.
Of
like a bear and his family. And it's like a little, I think it's like, what is that, Goldilocks and the Three Bears? But it's like spaghetti. Like, someone touched my spaghetti. And someone made it a meme.
And that's funny, huh?
Memes are always high quality.
Right,
okay.
right.
They're always high quality. I think it's probably usually the opposite. Mega Pidgeot.
No way. Why do you think people share them? They share them because they're high quality.
They're high quality. I think people share them because there's something, I don't know, funny
look
about
at this
it.
pack.
Something relatable.
What did you...
Oh, look, we have into sketch pack region.
Hold on, I'm gonna...
We got a hollow
get this.
wick.
Oh no, did I just rip it?
I think so.
Yeah,
You
it's
flip
still
it and rip it.
kind of glue. I'm gonna copyright that.
What if we did?
Oh, look at that! I got it.
Ooh.
What if we did a 1,000-pack video where we just like rip all the hits?
Yeah, go ahead and do that. Just buy your own. That's when you're your own boss, buddy. Have fun spending your money doing
Apparently,
that.
I can't make a YouTube
Bam!
channel though.
I did it. I did it. I did it,
think you
Reddit.
can
That's
make
a
a
meme.
YouTube
Here,
channel.
Mikey, keep it
Huh?
somewhere.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mikey, you want to chime in on this?
You can make a YouTube channel, just might not be able to be like Pokemon.
To have any videos?
I just can't have any videos.
Like Pokemon themed.
No. Read his contract.
There is no contract.
Read his contract.
There
Read
is
the,
no
read the
contract.
contract that I have your signature on.
No. I did not sign anything.
Prove it's not yours. Prove it.
It's not yours.
Prove it.
So,
Do you have any videos of you not signing your
I'm
contract?
pretty sure that's not possible.
Exactly. See you in court, buddy. Slow bro, EX.
So, like we said, apparently, Mikey, now Darium is claiming that A, I should quit and be my own boss, but B, that he also owns me and can take me to court if I try.
Well, see, I really hope you succeed in your new business adventure. Because if you don't, it's not worth suing you.
Right. So if I succeed, then you can sue me and be like, I made him.
Yeah. He's mine.
But I'd be like, but I never signed anything.
Prove you didn't.
And then you'd be like, prove you didn't.
It definitely looks like your signature.
And I'd be like, but I never signed anything. And then I would have Mikey testify.
Oh, we're going to have Mikey purge.
Hey, why you gotta throw me in it?
Oh my gosh.
You know what holds up really well in a court of law?
What's that?
When you go, nah, dude, I didn't do it. That's literally what you're saying. You're like, I didn't sign it. I didn't do it.
It works for, some other people, like, OJ. She's like, nah, man, I didn't do it.
Man, dude had like 6 lawyers and spent millions. All right, there's a slight difference there. Choice band, secret rare.
So, like, what content would I not be allowed to smell or touch? Anything Pokemon related.
You can't appear on video, otherwise I automatically own it.
Can't appear in a video because you own it.
How many people are gonna take me as being serious?
Right?
So many. Alakazam.
We're not even to the 2 or 1%.
No, I know.
We're like at 50%.
We still have a good amount of
There's
people
still a
watching.
lot of people here. You guys got my back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys heard this, right?
Goes Lord.
Told me to quit, then told me I can't.
No, you can quit, man. Just good luck in your next adventure. Anything you invent and or do creatively for the next 15 years is mine. Why just sign the paperwork? You should have read all 27 pages if you were going to have a problem with any of the clauses in said pages.
I've never signed anything.
27 pages front and back, by the way.
I have never signed anything. We're working together as a crew.
Yeah, I called them Santa Clauses.
We're just friends.
Just to make it sound good.
We're just going on the firm handshake, just like the old days.
Yeah, that's how business works.
Uh-huh.
But we shook on it.
Business built on a handshake. That's how some businesses do run that way. I never signed a paper, or my whole business built on a handshake.
What?
Yeah, haven't you ever heard that? I feel like I've heard that.
No, I've never heard my business is built on a handshake.
It's built on handshakes, yep.
So my business is built on faulty business practices.
I
Yep.
heard about I built this city on rock and roll.
Yeah, that's kind of what I went to as well.
Built this city.
But that song had nothing to do with legal obligations or contracts.
Or contracts. I feel like I've
The
heard
guy who
it
sang
somewhere.
it was under a contract.
I don't know where I heard it from, but I know I've heard it. Some people build their business just on handshakes, man. They don't believe in signing papers. They're just like
you kind of have to.
they only work with people that are within their inner circle and that they trust.
That's not a business then.
That's what I'm saying. Are we a business?
According to the United States government, yes.
According
yes,
to the
we
government.
are. According to the taxes that I have to write to them and give them their money, yeah, we are.
Looks like a business. Smells like a business.
Legally operates as a business.
Legally operates as a business.
Probably a business. Has enforceable 27-page front and back contracts that Mahone can't wiggle his way out of. It's a business.
I definitely do not have a contract. I don't have a contract.
Keep telling yourself that.
Free agent. I'm a free agent, Darium. I could go wherever I wanted.
Okay.
I could see you in court, buddy.
Okay, buddy. You know, I'm just gonna pat you on the back and say, "Oh, okay." You know, like when a kid says something like insane to you, and you're just like,
"All right,
all right, sure, buddy."
I could.
That's what I'm doing to you right now.
I could take my talents to the, to the Philadelphia Eagles, or to, take my talents anywhere. On LeBron James.
A foosball team.
I can go wherever I want. I'm just kidding.
Who's LeBron James?
I don't know.
Just kidding. Given the fact that we are literally from the city next door to him, we are forced to know everything about him.
You have to know LeBron James.
I mean, he goes shopping up on Howe Avenue, which is a 5-minute drive from here. So unfortunately, we have no choice but to know everything about LeBron James ever.
Gladian full art. Yeah, like that he.
You know, whatever happened to the days when people were like, "Oh, dude, Mike Tyson lives 20 minutes down the road." Remember when he lived in Bath Township?
Yes.
Did he really?
That's where LeBron James lives.
He sold his house, but Mike Tyson. If you can drive by his house and he has has Tyson and iron on the front gates.
That's
now
crazy.
Let's also skip the fack that we live 20 minutes away from where Jeffrey Dahmer was. But Mike Tyson, why can't we focus on the fact Tyson? Or our city, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Guzzlord!
Hey, check that out.
Give me your comments.
There are 2 people who came out of Cuyahoga Falls. Do you know the 2 most famous people from our city? Our little 60,000 population city.
Nope.
Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I'm not from around here, so.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
I never heard of Cuyahoga Falls until I moved here.
All right. Well, 1 was from the band Devo.
Oh, I do know about
and
Devo.
And 2 is Gates McFadden, Dr. Beverly Crusher on Star Trek. Really? She is born and raised in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio.
Get out of here. I did know about Devo. And then I also know that, what's that other rock group that's around here?
You know, Ohio is nothing but cornfields. Why are there so many famous people within like a 2-minute radius
Marilyn
of us?
Manson is from Ohio.
Like what? Well, I mean, that was a little bit further, probably.
40 minutes south of us.
40 minutes? It's insane.
That was a pretty big deal, all right?
We're cornfields, man. We're cornfields.
We're not cornfield. There are a lot of states out there that are more cornfield than us.
Have you ever driven anywhere in Ohio?
I have. Now
there's cornfields 5 minutes away from here.
There are rural areas in Ohio, okay? But I'm just saying, you haven't been to a real cornfield state if you think this is a cornfield state.
Dude, I grew up on a farm, a 76-acre farm that grew corn and soybeans. We used to hurdle cattle. Dude, trust me, I grew up on a farm. You know what we saw every time? Cornfields, man. Amish people, buggies everywhere. All right, out in Lodi, Ohio. When I was there, this is how old I am. I'm gonna go ahead and show my age real quick. Lodi, Ohio, which now after they put in the Adidas Mall and all that fun stuff, it's kind of expanded.
Right.
They had literally 1 stoplight in the entire city of Lodi. Yeah. I joke you not. They didn't even have posted speed limits on the roads. Man, we are definitely deep in cornfield. We are deep in cornfield still.
Just you keep driving west. I mean, things get pretty cornfield out there. Just saying, you get into the middle of the country.
It's just
a lot of corn, like Iowa. There's a lot of cornfields.
Right, but just you have to think about it. We have like 5 big cities.
It's a lot of cities.
We have Akron,
Cleveland,
Toledo,
Columbo.
Those are hours away from us, except for
Dayton, right? That's 6.
Akron and Cleveland.
But
Cleveland's like 23 miles.
Those cities are all cornfields.
It's all cornfields.
All cornfields.
And so you're like,
we just all merged to one area.
So you're like, Columbus is 2 hours south of us. So that is
Columbus has a lot of people. It's like 800,000 or something crazy.
But that's like 2 hours worth of cornfield.
It is too, yeah. And you drive by 13 people on the way there.
No, I'll give you that. I mean, there's not a lot going on in Ohio.
All right, fine. How about this?
I'll give you that.
Where do you think we rank in Amish population?
We're the second largest, I believe.
Yeah, we are up there.
Largest?
I believe we're the second largest in Amish.
I would have guessed like 3rd or 4th.
Nope. We are like
second.
I think the only reason we're second is because a large portion of ours there's a line that goes through into like Pennsylvania.
I was going to say, I would have guessed Pennsylvania a little higher than us. Because Pennsylvania, oh yeah,
Where we live right now, I mean, we're basically on the border of Pennsylvania.
we are.
And so there's a lot of the Amish are there, and like it's kind of.
Right.
If you would have bumped them over a little bit, we'd be number one for sure.
Right.
Because literally, like I said, if you drive 15 minutes, go past like Barberton,
Right.
get off there, there's buggies on the road, still to this day. And Barberton's what, 15 minutes best?
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
It's
But
cornfields,
back to
dog.
famous people.
Cornfields.
Back
We
to
have
famous
Black
people.
Keys from Akron.
That's it. The Black Keys. That's what I was thinking about.
I think it's Eve 6 or... I don't-
Eve 6. All right. 90s alternative. Is that what you
I
think
think
about?
they're from Akron, too.
Really
Yeah.
Akron
Okay.
also is huge. But yeah.
huge. Is
Yeah,
Akron
huge.
big?
Akron is technically big,
Akron doesn't
It's
feel big.
over
to me.
200,000
So-
people, and it's a large landmass.
but just
Is it?
listen.
Hmm.
Akron, they founded Goodyear and Firestone.
They did.
They founded the Quaker Oats Company.
No. Yep.
They were huge for rubber and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rubber capital.
so-
Isn't
Rubber
that where
capital.
the number one Purell place? I think the only one of the two production companies is now in Cuyahoga Falls. But what did
Right.
it come from Akron?
Yes. The Gojo Company
Oh,
is
right.
actually downtown Akron.
I've seen their stuff. Yeah.
Well,
Well, their production
The
stuff is
production
in Cuyahoga Falls,
Cuyahoga Falls.
which it is the only.
Ah.
There's only two operating manufacturing places left for Gojo or Purell, whatever you want to say,
Right.
and we are the biggest one.
That's crazy.
You know why? It's pretty cheap to buy a bunch of cornfields and turn into a building.
Yes.
That's why.
There's a lot of cheap land here. The cost of living in Ohio is very small.
It is hilariously low.
Not big.
That's why I love when I talk to someone like Talarian, because he lives in San Francisco.
Right.
And he wants to move, and we were talking about his house or whatever. And I was like, all right, what are you expecting to buy when you go some like Midwest area?
Right.
And I was like, what's your capital going to be like? I don't want to throw out numbers here, but like we're talking about you live in a place that's like the size of a 2-bedroom apartment, and you can bank almost $1 million on it. Not
Right.
bank. I mean, he's been paying it, but
Right.
man, that cost of living's insane. I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
if you sell your house and you move to the Midwest, you can have like a 2,000 square foot house, 5 acres of land, and probably retire.
You could live like a king out in the Midwest.
You could retire.
You can live like a
Where are you
king
saying,
out
Mikey?
here.
My cousin, when they were looking at houses, they're like, "Yeah, this is a $250,000 house," and I'm like, "Really?"
You're like, why?
My house right now is bigger than this house,
Right.
and it's in a better neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure our house is like $60,000.
Right.
My house, my second house, I bought for $76,000, 1,500 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. That's insanely cheap.
Right.
Insane. I love watching the House Hunters on the whatever network it is. It's always on next to me.
HGTV.
HGTV.
Yes.
And everyone, oh look, Max Elixir. Everyone's like, oh, I got a budget of like $400,000. I'm like, that house is smaller than mine, and there's nothing cool except for maybe a
Dude,
pool.
you could
Excellent.
Live
you
like
could
king
live in
here.
you could live like a king here with that much money.
However-
Oh my
Next
gosh.
door to LeBron James.
Right next door to LeBron James.
However, there's no beaches, a lot of snow, and there's some cornfields.
Yeah.
That's you're trading.
You are trading.
That's the thing. I mean, there's actually a lot of places I want to move to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Given the fact we're an online business, I think we're gonna move to the Carolinas. So unless you nerds are coming with me, peace.
All right.
No, but
Deuces. Starting my own channel.
people were buying
Lawyer up.
houses on the beach, like on the beach, for $300K,
Right, which is insane.
$300,000.
Right.
I will live in a cardboard box as long as I'm on the beach.
Beach.
Uh-huh.
Right.
I mean, it's not California, but you know what? That's fine. It's warm weather. It's not really gonna snow, and there's a beach outside my house.
Dude, there's this
East
dude
Coast,
who.
though. East Coast get the hurricanes.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
Hurricanes?
I'll take it.
Dude, East Coast is where it's at, man. I'm about the East Coast.
West Side.
I don't know. I grew up outside Baltimore, so.
You see, I'm all about the West. You see, the issue is you either go to the West Coast to deal with earthquakes, or you go to
Yeah.
the East Coast to deal with
Yeah.
hurricanes.
I mean, I grew up with some Tupac, so West Side gets my love just based on
I
that
did visit San Diego once, and I do have to say that San Diego was beautiful. I loved San Diego. Oh my
I would
God.
not want to move to California. I could
Food was
not.
amazing.
Ooh, and-
oh my God, the weather was incredible.
Oh, dude, California's amazing.
Oh,
It's just
beautiful place.
if I sold my house and moved out there,
Yeah, cardboard box.
literally a cardboard box for like 70 some grand.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, it's not going to be pretty.
Nah.
It is not going to be pretty. It's very expensive.
You know, another thing that actually, like, really, I still can't come to terms with.
Full art Alakazam.
Why are we in the Midwest? Why is Ohio considered the Midwest?
We're on the edge.
I know, we are, like...
barely on the edge.
Dude, if there wasn't a lake in our way, we could drive to Canada in less than an hour.
Right.
And we're pretty far east.
Well,
you know, like...
we're very far east, but I think when things first started expanding here...
Water energy!
When states first started expanding westward, I mean, Ohio was considered like the western frontier at first. So we started being associated with the West, way before other states started getting founded, because Ohio was about as west as it went. And then...
But this is what I always
then it never changed, and then we just stayed being west.
But the thing, why would you want to settle in Ohio? When you realize that there's winter 9 months out of 12, why would you be like, you know what? We live outside in, like, stick huts. It's cool. Let's stop walking west.
Uh-huh.
No, dude. No, what? What? Why?
Did you say 9 months out of the year?
That's what it feels like.
I was about to say no.
I am so
You're like, no. Get it
unbelievably excited for summertime. Oh my god.
Yeah, that humidity and mosquitoes.
Yes,
Can't
bring it
Can't
to me.
wait.
Yes, I'm ready. Sign me up.
This is why living in Ohio is so cheap, everyone.
Yeah.
That humidity in the winter.
Yeah, if you like shoveling ice or getting chewed alive by mosquitoes due to sweltering humidity, welcome to Cornfield.
Ohio is the place for you.
You know why
it's fun
Ohio?
for the whole family.
The #1 state that has produced astronauts is Ohio.
Because they want to leave the planet.
Yeah, they hate it so much they want off the entire planet. Even.
Nah, but we also have a NASA facility in Cleveland. So.
Yeah, because Ohioans are trying to get out. Of everything.
This is horrible.
They're like, you know what? I was raised in Ohio, so I don't make nearly enough money to live anywhere else that's like, above my cost of living. I guess let's just get out of this planet.
Let's go to the moon.
Let's just go to the moon.
Yeah.
Can't be much worse. It doesn't snow up there, at least.
I don't see why you're roasting our Ohio. I can see Andrew. Andrew, little Baltimore boy, but.
No, that's different. That'd be hatred if he did it. I'm allowed to because I've been here my whole life.
Right.
I grew up literally herding cattle, so yeah.
My uncle used to own a buffalo farm.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh, dude, we had like a bunch of alpacas and pigs and cows and everything. That, like, I do miss that. I really do, but man, buying a farm is too expensive now because there's been too much expansion.
Right.
Way too much expansion.
Survive off of a farm.
Well, okay, so we were getting paid primarily. The government is dealing with the government on a farm. Is okay.
I'm sure there's a lot of regulations.
No, it is confusing, dude. It is so confusing because so some years they'll pay you. All the corn you see in cornfields aren't edible.
Okay.
It's feed.
It's
feed.
Science engineers.
It's feed. It's animal feed.
Right. Because you need corn to feed animals. Yeah.
Correct. So that's the main or we grow soybean, and you have to rotate your fields. Anyway, so sometimes the government would just pay you to grow soybean. Because soybean exploded in, like, I want to say the early 90s, maybe late 80s. That's all they wanted us to grow. But you can't grow the same thing in a field for too long. Right. You have to rotate. But anyways, without getting into that. And then there became years, I want to say, I think in the mid-late 90s, the government was paying us to not grow anything.
Whoa.
Yeah, they, like, literally were going to penalize us if we grew corn or soybean. So they paid us to keep our fields empty.
Interesting.
Strange.
Why?
It's strange. Well, there's a lot of huge farming companies that kind of control a lot of things and want to keep the prices of everything up.
Got it.
So you kind of, not really a tinfoil hat, but the too long didn't read version is they want to keep prices high, and if too many farmers are producing something like soy each year, then they can't charge because soy's in everything now.
Right.
They can't charge, food manufacturers the price they want to for soy.
Got it.
Regulating it and keeping it high, and they kind of throw a lot of money at the government to convince the government to tell us what to do. Blah, blah.
Right.
But it's really confusing when you're like, man, I'm gonna grow corn. The government's like,
don't do that.
Don't think you want to do that.
Yeah. No.
It feels like you're getting paid hush money.
Right.
When they're like, you look out at 70 acres of just empty field, and you're like, I'm getting paid for this.
Right.
Like, what the? It's so weird.
Right. That is wild, man. I know nothing about that.
I just realized that I've never really talked about like my farm life childhood on the channel much.
Actually, you've never talked about it to me either, so this is all brand new.
There's not a lot to talk about.
That's actually money right there.
Is it? How much is that boy worth?
He was, last time I checked, he was about almost $20.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get a bulk move.
There's a hit.
But I don't know. Yeah. Talking about farm life would be different if I grew up on a farm in like Texas, let's say.
Right.
It's year-round ranching.
Right.
That's more of ranching. Like ours is. I mean, in the winter, it's still just. Not to go too depressing, but it's you wake up and pray to God that you took care of the animals enough that they're still alive in the morning.
Right.
Because that was the worst part about owning a farm.
Yikes.
So the winter time was miserable.
It was rough, huh?
Yeah, but. Anyways, it's not a lot to say, man. We went swimming a lot. We shot a lot of things. We drove a lot of four-wheelers, and we dug a lot of holes and put up a lot of fences.
That's cool.
And I played with a lot of cool animals.
Mega Charizard!
Is it full art?
Yeah, buddy. How's he look?
Not good.
Not good. All right.
However, okay, last farm story.
Farm stories.
One of our pets. We had, because, all right, some of the goats and sheep and pigs were allowed into the house, right?
Okay.
Because there was a farmhouse, a couple barns, and like another house.
Right.
There's always a bunch of dogs. But, and one of the goats we kept in the house like a dog. Coot was his name.
Oh, Coot.
And we had to get, okay, when you have goats, okay, you have to kind of remove their horns. Because goats they're not aggressive. They're dogs. They're literally the same thing as dogs. They are just as lovable. They're incredibly smart. They love humans. The problem is, one, goats, yes, they literally do eat everything.
Yes.
If you're not watching them, they will just start eating your shoelaces. Like anything.
And Dad always
two,
said that he wanted to get a goat to mow our lawn for us.
No, they will. That's primarily what you use goats for. Put them out in the pastures and they will mow the lawns. I'm no joke, man. And so what goats also do is they show their love and affection by headbutting you. Oh. Now, the problem with a goat, they have, you ever, like, pet a horse?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how horses have, like, the long, flat, like, skull kind of thing?
Yeah.
Imagine that size on a much smaller animal like a goat, because their heads are built for headbutting.
Grit.
So what Coot would do is Coot would get so excited, he'd run up and just throw this, like, huge plate of bone just into your thigh. And to him, he's just like, oh my god, hi. So you had to be, careful not to get him too excited about certain things.
Right.
But, he didn't know better. The thing is, that's why you have to get rid of their horns. Otherwise, you'd be impaled.
They will, impale you.
They will impale you.
They'll stab you. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's kind of sad, but, I miss Coot. All right, I promise.
Adorable.
No, it was so cute. I mean, most of the time he would just nuzzle you and just gently headbutt you. But it's just like a dog. You get a dog too excited.
Right.
They'll bite you too hard if you're like playing with them or stuff. Like, that's what happened with a goat. You just, all of a sudden, they'll knock you 12 feet across the room. You feel like you got kicked by a donkey.
Yikes.
That's about it.
My friend has a dairy farm in Magnolia. And, you don't even know where Magnolia, Ohio is, do you?
Magnolia, Ohio?
Yeah.
No.
I have no idea.
Remind me of the movie Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes south of here.
Okay.
Over by, Spain or so.
Lodi was west.
They had a dairy farm. And they had just had, some of the cows had just had calves. And so we went down there and I went to go, pet them. And I was like, what's their names? And they're like, they don't have names.
They're not going to name them.
I'm like, well, I'm naming these ones. And so I named one Nebuchadnezzar and named one Zechariah.
Oh, my gosh.
His name was Nebi. I was calling him Nebi. And I'm like, so when Nebi actually was a thing, I was like, I came up with that.
But wait, they were dairy cows, right?
They were dairy cows.
Why didn't they name their dairy cows?
They just didn't get around to naming the babies because they were just real young.
Okay, well,
I get it. You don't name the cows that you're gonna
the slaughter animals you typically don't name, correct?
Because they're just like, that's
didn't have
not.
names yet. And
Well, also a problem too is if it's just brand new babies, a very large portion do not survive. Unfortunately, pigs are terrible about that.
That might be an issue why they didn't name them yet.
It's most of the pigs when they gave birth, we tried to actually have them indoors because I know it's too depressing. I don't want to get into it too much.
For like the 2% or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But
we're not to the 2% yet.
You know, I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, the survival rate's not high. Let's put it that way. And with pigs, there's additional problems, and especially of the mother understanding that some pigs aren't gonna make it.
Full art Dragonite.
But yeah. I was like, wait, you don't name the animals you're gonna slaughter, but if they're dairy cows,
right? But it was so cute because they gave me bottles to feed the little calves, and I was feeding the other one. And the one came up to me and I was like, "Oh, I don't have it for you yet. I don't have the bottle." And so I started petting him, and he ate my hand. And he has no teeth at all.
Yep, so it doesn't matter.
So he's just nubbing my hand, and I'm like, I guess I'll just allow it until I'm done feeding this one.
Yep. Oh,
it was the most adorable thing.
No, I love that. Like it's like when you feed a horse, it's always terrifying at first,
right?
Because you
have
to flatten your hand.
Right.
You can't over flatten it, and because their teeth will just. Good luck. You won't have a hand.
Right.
Because they scoop it up. However, they have huge lips on them. So when you do that and they're getting the food, they kind of like massage your entire hand with these huge lips. It is the coolest feeling thing ever. They have surprisingly soft like jaws.
Yeah.
It feels like a bag of jelly hanging underneath there. It's insane. I love it.
So I just realized now our fans think we are a bunch of farm country folk.
Yeah, I was like, I don't talk about it for the past hour. I've been talking
We're not
about
country folk.
I mean, that's how I grew up, man. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm like, all right, I'm done talking about the farm. Ooh, horses.
I've been all over the place, man. I lived in Japan for 3 years. My dad was stationed in the Navy. I was only like 7. Trying to go back though. It was awesome. And being a kid. Yeah, being like 5, 6.
Born?
I was born in New York, Albany, New York. But my dad was always in the Navy when I was growing up, so I just moved everywhere. So I've really been all over the place. I was in Albany. I was in North Carolina. I was in Boston. I lived in Boston for a little while. Then I went to Japan, and then I went to Baltimore, and then I went to Pennsylvania, and now I live in Ohio. So yeah, I've kind of.
Well, I lived in Ohio. Done.
Yeah.
There you go. There's my list.
I think I've only lived in Akron.
Oh my goodness.
In Akron?
Even now, I technically live in Akron.
Really?
Even though I can literally walk to Cuyahoga Falls.
There's weird zoning. My mom had a condo down off Meredith Lane, down by that huge pointless tower.
Yes.
The condos are in Akron, but the mailboxes are in Cuyahoga Falls.
Yes.
So your mailing address is somewhere in Cuyahoga Falls, but you are technically an Akron resident.
That is funny.
How confusing is that?
I mean, I'm right down on that road as well, and I am like I'm basically
barely
in the middle of the falls, but I got an Akron address.
Yeah, my mom's was the other way around. She lived in Akron, but her mailing address was in the falls.
Mm-hmm. It just feels weird telling people that I live in Akron because I don't really live anywhere near.
Yeah, like it's not the Akron you think. Down there, I never think that's Akron. When you get down to the valley.
The valley is technically Akron.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like Akron to me.
No, it doesn't at all.
Because Akron, I think you got to go south for like 15 minutes.
Right.
Across the Y Bridge to get to
it. For sure. That's what feels like to me, the division.
Probably because that's downtown Akron.
Right.
You know, you're actually in a full-fledged city.
Right.
Well, driving past it, thank God they have on the interchange where you could just go around it.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
They didn't have that for the longest time.
Oh,
when
for
it
real?
shut
You
down.
had to drive through
you had to
Akron?
go through
Oh my
downtown Akron, which is
a nightmare.
An absolute nightmare. When they're like, you know what we're gonna do when we build the city? Ooh, this being full art. They're like, we want to do. Here's the skateboard for you. The city planners were like, you know what we want to do, guys? We want to have an elaborate labyrinth of one-way roads that are very not marked. You know, they're not marked very well, and like, good luck driving through our city for the first time. We'll tag you in, Mikey. You've been sitting there. So yeah, that's
that is funny.
It's probably my favorite part about living in Ohio. As much flack as I give it,
Here you go.
Is that the traffic here is not bad.
Nope.
Oh yeah,
it's really not bad. As much as I sometimes will complain on my way to work, it's nothing. This is baby traffic here. This is baby traffic.
Cleveland props for their highways.
Yeah.
Cleveland, if you want to go through Cleveland but not through Cleveland, you can do it. You know, there's so many different ways to go. It's not really that congested.
Just
Right.
coming from Baltimore and DC, man. I mean, growing up, my whole life, I grew up 30 minutes north of Baltimore. So my dad worked in Baltimore and then commuted. And there were times where he said it took him 3 hours to get home.
That is ridiculous.
A 30-minute stretch.
That's why I don't want to go anywhere near places in California.
Minute stretch
man.
took him 3 hours. He would come home, just be so salty, just like so mad.
Like, for you, Mikey.
Thank you.
And
my friend, who lives in São Paulo.
Yeah.
And he works in São Paulo. He literally lives 2 hours away from São Paulo. It takes He takes a 2 hour commute each day.
That's insane.
Well, 4 hours complete, like
oh
altogether.
My gosh.
And I'm like, what are you serious? And
There's
he's
crazy
like, yeah.
people when Silicon Valley, I think they still do it. They started to explode. People had to fly into work because the money was so good,
but
and
the cost of living was so high.
It was better just to get on a
That
funnel hopper
is-
and fly to work.
That is ridiculous. I can't even imagine that.
Dude, if they're like, you know what, I'm going to pay you $100 an hour, but if you want to live here, it's going to cost you, I don't know, $12,000 a month for a one bedroom. Be like, you know what? I'll take an hour flight every day.
Yep. I'll hire a private.
I'll just buy a plane, you know, and just store it at the airport.
That is ridiculous. I can't even
Insanity.
imagine that.
Yeah, that'd be insane. Your commute. I'd much rather sit in an airplane for an hour every day than in traffic for an hour. Like
Oh my gosh.
Traffic just gets you going.
Traffic is infuriating. It really, really is. My heart goes out to anybody who has to sit through an insane commute
My first time
every day.
No,
oh
I
my
couldn't do
gosh.
My first time in LA I was over it. Like my cousin
It's
was like,
insane.
yeah. She was like, yeah, I left about an hour and a half ago to come and get you at the airport. I'm like, where do you live? Like, she's like, I live just in North Hollywood.
Right.
And I'm like, I look it up and it's like, oh, you're only a 20 minutes. She's like, nope, traffic.
Traffic.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, but it's not rush hour. And she's like, oh,
Don't matter.
you're in LA.
Doesn't matter.
Every hour's rush hour.
Right.
That's what I'm the type of person that even here, Giant Eagle's open 24 hours. I don't go until 4 a.m. So I know no one else is there.
Yep.
Ooh.
That is nice. Hey, we got the fire
beautiful
and the
fire.
water.
And a Guzma.
All right, bye, Darian.
When I come back, you want me to tag you on my home, or are you in for the whole thing?
I had a tag me out would be cool. Got some more videos I gotta film.
Oh God! Read your contract.
I don't have a contract. Ain't no contract.
But yeah, I think Columbus was my first big city I drove in, I would say. But I didn't really feel it until I went and drove in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And so that's where I actually got the, oh my gosh, this is a big city.
Right. It is bad. I mean, there was a point in time where I was living in Baltimore, but I was working right outside of DC. My commute was an hour and 15 minutes both ways. So I was commuting, about on bad days, it'd take me over 2 hours to get home. So, there'd be days where I was spending 3 hours in the car on top of an 8-hour workday. And then sometimes, I would come home and go to my other job where I valeted cars. So, I was just spending an absurd amount of the day driving.
That is ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It was nuts. But my favorite part about valeting, though, is that we did get to run, too. So, that was cool. Because when someone comes outside, what you do is you go and you run to go get the car because, obviously, if you show that you're, hustling to go get their car, they're more likely to tip you and stuff like that. Well, you just want to show that you care. It's, professional,
Right.
It's professional to run. It's not professional to just be like, oh, hey, thanks, I'll go get that, and then go mosey off. It's... So that was a wild point in my life too, man. I've been all over the place. I've done so many different things. It's crazy sometimes. Think about
crazy
all this stuff. But yeah, no traffic. That was horrible. It makes you feel like you're just gonna rot there. Like this is it. This is where it all ends, guys. Like right here, this traffic. It's like, when you're just stopped dead, and sometimes in the middle of the summer, it's like 100 degrees down there, and like DC, Baltimore, just one of those hot days, and you're just getting no momentum on the road whatsoever, and the traffic will stop. It will just stop, and you won't move.
Right. I was driving to a couple tournaments. You have to go through DC and things like that.
Right.
And I just hit it at just the right time, and I'm just sitting in traffic, and literally we are stopped, and I'm like, okay, so how long are we gonna be here for?
Right.
And we're here 45 minutes, and I'm like, dang.
Yep.
I'm like, I've never experienced that before.
Yeah.
But
Pure
that's crazy.
craziness. Pure craziness, man. So, what regionals you got coming out, Mikey?
My next regional is probably not until May.
You're not going to Toronto?
Toronto's in May.
Oh, is that Toronto's in May? Oh my goodness, what month is it now?
It's about to be April.
It is.
Yeah.
It's about April,
It's
right?
about April.
Yeah, so April.
My only tournament for April is going to be São Paulo, Brazil.
Oh man, that's crazy.
So, yeah.
So I think I'm pretty much skipping, everything from now. I mean, I've got my World's Invitation. Natalie's got her World's Invitation. Really, I don't need to go. Hey, that's our second one of those.
I thought you said you still wanted to go to Toronto, though.
I think I am going to go to Toronto,
okay.
right? And I think I am going to go to either Virginia or Madison. Those are the tournaments that I'm choosing between. Madison's a longer drive.
I need to actually see if I need to look and see if I can apply for Madison for staffing.
Madison.
I completely forgot about Madison.
Right. So I do like Madison as a tournament. I've enjoyed it in the past.
Right.
It will be U.S. Nationals format, so that's exciting too. So I get to kind of practice, which is cool. But I don't know. Last year I didn't go to Madison, and that's went just fine. So I could see maybe trying to pull a repeat where I just kind of, pinch some dollars, save some money.
Right.
Which
makes sense.
Yeah, and then I could just have, a lot of fun when I do go to Nats and not really worry too much about the financial side of things.
Which is super cool. Like, I'm so loving that Internats is actually 2 hours south
Oh
of us.
my goodness.
That makes me so happy.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yes, Nationals is so close to us, and I know there's people flying. There's people that fly from, other countries.
Oh, yeah.
To
it's
come to our Internats, and that blows my mind. Like, they're flying from other countries to come down here to little old Columbus, like just in our backyard. That's pretty crazy.
It makes me so happy.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're definitely blessed for that. Like, that is awesome. And then Worlds. Don't even get me started on Worlds, man.
9-hour drive? Come on.
I'll take it.
Probably like 8?
8? Hey,
yeah,
nothing,
that is
man.
nothing.
No.
That is hilarious. I got a Buzzwold.
And they're Alakazam. Hey, Bazzoli. Nice.
Did you find those other pack of sleeves?
I have not found the other pack of sleeves yet. Nope, we just riding low. We
low.
still digging here.
Low and slow.
Low and slow.
But yeah, that just makes me so happy.
Right.
I've only been in Nashville once. My sister used to live there.
Okay. I've never been other than just passing through to go to what southern tournament did I go to? Tennessee, Memphis.
Memphis?
Oh yeah, Memphis. Yep. Passed through. Memphis is I went to Memphis.
Yeah, so you did.
It's just much further south than Nashville. Oh my gosh, a nest ball.
Second Secret Rare.
Secret Rare nest ball. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I think it's like a $10 card or so. So very cool.
But yeah, Nashville's beautiful. Like, I liked it. We went to Dollywood.
Oh, what's Dollywood?
Dollywood is Dolly Parton's amusement park.
Who's Dolly Parton?
Uh-oh.
Don't put me in timeout.
Uh-oh.
Don't put me in timeout, Mikey.
You do know who Dolly Parton is. Stop it.
I don't. I mean, tell me, just refresh my memory then.
Wait. Are you serious?
Huh?
Are you actually serious about Dolly Parton?
Just, give me a good old refresher, and maybe we'll be able to get there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I won't put you on timeout, I promise now.
Appreciate it. We're the only two here.
But Dolly Parton is one of the biggest, she was the biggest old country singers.
Oh, see, yep. Right? Nope, not familiar with country singers, no.
Oh my gosh. I just, I'm not, I don't know. I'm just dumbfounded. Dolly Parton. Gosh. She's Miley Cyrus's godmother.
Oh, for real? Billy Ray.
Okay. It's Dolly Parton. I don't know how you not know who Dolly Parton is.
I was just a lot of, I don't know. I was moving around all over the place growing up as a kid. I lived in Japan for a few years. I missed some things.
Missed a lot of things.
I'm just saying, there's some cultural references I just didn't get because I wasn't really around during some kind of the early formative years, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I wasn't really there during those times. So
I'm
yep. Nope, no
idea.
Hey,
that is funny.
Yep.
I might actually snitch on you though and tell Darian that
you think Darian knows who Dolly Parton is?
Oh, he does. He definitely does.
And he grew up on a farm, so I mean.
But that doesn't matter. I didn't grow up on a farm, and I know who Dolly Parton is.
It's something I really wish they did in the Evolutions pack, because I wish they put some red cheek Pikachus in there.
that would have been sweet.
I mean, they're really for the throwback. Like,
Yeah.
Why not? Why not make it a secret rare? You know.
Do it for the laws.
Do it for the lows. So it's just like, I mean, talk about fan service. You know, like that would have been really cool.
Trying to change the subject
about me not knowing who Dolly Parton
is.
I just don't know who Dolly Parton is, man. I don't know. You'd be surprised. The deeper you dig, the more you'll find out I do not know. It's pretty wild. A lot of cultural references and stuff. But then I do know some things. Obviously, I got the All Your Base Are Belong to Us. That's pretty good. At least I know that. I think it's from some Japanese translation of a video game or something.
I'm pretty sure. I think
something like that. I think it's a game made in Japan, and then it got translated to English, and it just got translated very poorly.
I do believe. I want to say. Don't give me lying on video game then.
Oh, video game trivia? No, you don't know?
I don't know it. Yeah. I know the same, but I don't know the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what game it is either. I just, don't know that. But I read a lot of news. Actually, gosh, you know what's crazy? Secret Rare Counter Energy.
Nice.
I just subscribed to Thrasher Magazine, actually. So this was awesome. Little plug for Thrasher Magazine for all those, the 2% that are still watching. So Thrasher Magazine's a skateboarding magazine. I love skateboarding. That's like my thing. I grew up skateboarding every single day and love it. And my dad always had subscriptions to magazines growing up, and he had subscriptions to like Rolling Stone magazine, stuff like that.
Right.
And I used to think that was pretty cool. But I found myself, I was at like Zoomies in the mall or something, just like picking up a shirt or I don't know, just doing something at the mall. But then I saw there's a magazine there for like 99 cents. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'll just pick that up. Like, I'm a teacher. I like to have magazines and stuff for my kids to read and all that.
Okay.
But I, was flipping through the magazine.
Don't
I was like,
leave, sir.
This is really cool.
No, after he's done talking.
I was like, this is really cool, and obviously I love skateboarding magazines and stuff like that. Just because
Thrasher Magazine, you have a subscription.
I do have a subscription right now. That's what I'm talking about.
Alakazam.
I just subscribed, and the reason I subscribed, well, the deal was so insane. It was $17.99 for a year subscription and a free T-shirt. So
nice.
I want to throw out something, by the way.
It was insane.
So, Kid Rock, right?
Yes.
I don't know, Thrasher used to send out demo tapes.
Yeah.
Literal cassette tapes, right?
That's
how
so
old
Oh, that's
crazy.
cool.
That's awesome.
And they sent out one from this guy named Kid Rock when he was trying to be a rapper.
Yes.
By the way. So I have somewhere in my house Kid Rock's rapping demo tape.
That's
That is
awesome.
sweet.
I am so glad he changed his style.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yep. That's awesome.
So,
Why I listened to it, I don't know. I just did. Thrasher sent it to me.
But I was looking through the magazine. I was inspired. I was like, man, this stuff inspires me from a graphic design standpoint, just because I love the graphics in magazines. Also, I read every day. I mean, I do make time to read every day. I don't have time to really read.
Internet memes.
You read the internet every day. But the thing is I don't consume my internet through YouTube, really, which is like kind of ironic considering I'm a YouTuber. I did actually used to be a Pokemon writer before I became a Pokemon YouTuber. That's kind of how I got my online Giratina. That's how I got my online presence started in the Pokemon community.
Out of sleeves.
Oh man, Mikey, we gotta go digging here.
Here.
I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
Have sleeves. I got them sleeves.
Oh, here we go. I'm good. I found my other pack. But yeah, I was super inspired by it. Decided to subscribe, and then also I'm like, it just felt so good to look at something that wasn't a computer screen for like just 30 minutes, you know, and actually look at something tactile. And I think that's Darkrai GX.
Nice.
I think that's something that's really refreshing about the Pokemon trading card game in general, is that it is tactile, right? Like, this is not digital, and I love that. Like, you're just sitting, and when you're playing with something, there's something communal about it. There's something cool about it that it doesn't involve a computer screen. It doesn't involve anything digital. It's just.
Mahone, are you having like a spiritual awakening?
I think so.
No, I've been had this awakening. So, yeah. So there's something cool about that, and then the fact that something about magazines are just really cool. You know, they say print media is dying, and like maybe
Print is dead.
It is.
but it is. I used to be a journalist, so I was a photojournalist. I worked for a newspaper for a number of years, so I got to see that happening kind of firsthand. It is a rough business to be in right now, but I think that, at least for me and my old self, having something print media, there is something really cool about print media
Man,
still.
you are showing your age.
I am.
I'm like, huh?
Man, you are old, dude.
I'm really
I'm
old.
older than you, and I'm like, bring it on.
Yeah, he's
Technology.
No, I love tactile stuff, man. And we all love cards. Now, I mean, everybody watching this video loves this printed cardboard.
Right,
now,
right.
Many of you.
Nope, we have some fans from my old channels that don't even know Pokemon or like it. They still watch us. So,
Anyways,
all
right.
And by the way, hi to all of you.
All right, hello to everybody that's here in just like, you know, we out here right now. Everybody here in the 1 or 2%. These
are the troopers.
What happened to Mahone while I was gone?
I don't know. He just.
Man, he's about to be
Okay.
like, he's about to flip on inspirational speaker style.
Now let's interrupt this real quick.
Look how miscut this full art Alakazam is.
Ooh.
Oh, he is like.
It's not enough to be cool though.
No,
It's
he's just a PSA 3.
He's
he's
simply-
just.
He is not a 3 though. That's not a 3.
We saw there's a Dragonite over here. Find that Dragonite. That thing's a PSA 6, and it does not look like a 6.
Yeah, there's a couple things.
Ooh, look at this.
But we don't know, and I assume that it is pulled aside because we have no idea why.
No, there's like, I mean, here's a 5 Dragonite, a 6 Mewtwo.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, this is a 5 Dragonite.
There's probably
How in the
factory
world?
printing
This thing is not even miscut.
You know what? We'll cut them out in the video and find out. Here's a 5 Mewtwo.
There is no whitening on it.
There's a 6.
How is this happening?
There's a 6 Pidgeot.
I'm afraid that like I'm gonna get so many of those PSA cards I get back, and they're just all gonna be 5s and 6s. Like, how does this? These don't even look bad. And then I see some 10s that have dings on them.
Yep. I don't know. We'll have to cut some of these out someday and just.
I don't know. That is interesting.
That's what I think. Was someone just having like a bad day? Like their
Maybe.
girlfriend broke up with them or something, and they were just like, "Oh, I'm gonna give all these guys just waste all their money."
So, question, Darian.
Yo.
Do you
need a
know who?
screwdriver? I looked it up.
do you know
Or
who-
Not a screwdriver, a wrench.
Do you know who Dolly Parton is?
Pliers.
Why would I not know working 9 to 5, dude? In poker, 9 to 5 offsuit's considered the dolly hand.
Do you know? Do you know who doesn't know who Dolly Parton is?
Mahone, you're fired.
Fired. Whoopee!
It says in your contract, if you do not know old school country music stars, you are out.
I asked him. I was
This
like,
is an imaginary contract. It's not real.
How do you not know Dolly Parton?
I was
I'm a
like-
free
Don't
agent.
forget the fighting
I
Pidgeot.
am. I was like,
Any
I was like,
YouTube channels would
do
have
you
picked
know
me
who?
up.
I was like, we went to Dollywood, and he's like, what's a Dollywood? And I'm like, do you know? I was like, Dolly Parton music, a theme park.
You know what? You're
And
in another
he's
5-minute timeout. I'm leaving.
No.
Back in 5 minutes, Mahone.
Oh, don't put me in timeout. I'm a grown man.
I got
don't
you in
belong
trouble. I'm
timeout.
sorry. I just thought it was funny.
All right.
I
so who
apologize.
Who all is with me on like the, on the woke print media thing though? Like just saying. I just got woke to print media. I'm gonna subscribe to like a bunch of magazines, and that's how you know I'm just old, man. I'm getting old, man. I love print magazines, man. I don't know. Maybe life's just slowing down. I grew up on the internet though, you know.
Right.
I grew up on the internet. I obviously am, I understand the internet. I've been around. I mean, I was out here when LimeWire was a thing. We were downloading
I remember LimeWire.
music, Napster, all that. When we were out here before streaming, I had a YouTube account before YouTube was cool. Before
Right.
YouTube was owned by Google.
Right.
I was making my own videos when I was 15 and uploading them to the internet for, people I didn't know to watch me skateboard. Like, I was doing that. So I'm very familiar, but now I find myself wanting to go back to print. There's something cool about print media, and I would argue that what makes magazines cool, Buzzwole. What makes magazines so cool is the same kind of thing that makes Pokemon cards cool. Why is this cooler than the digital version? Because it's a tactile.
I guess
you can
so.
hold it, right? You could take it with you. It exists without power. It does not need charged. It exists in the real realm, and there's something like cool about that. And I would argue there's the same thing about a magazine. I love having a tactile. I take that magazine with me. I could read it on the subway or something. I could read it, I could have my kids read it in class. And there's just something cool about that.
Brother,
There's something cool about printed pictures.
Brother Andrew is taking us to church. Andrew is taking us to church.
Telling you. I mean, being a teacher as well. I mean, obviously, I do respect digital mediums, and I do have my kids work full art Mewtwo.
Ooh.
I have my kids work on the computers all the time.
Right.
But then you also do have to provide interesting print media for kids to read and to engage with, because print media is extraordinarily important, and I imagine that it always will be. I mean, people need to be literate, you know, when it comes to reading stuff that is not digital.
I think it's going to all be digital. I believe so.
You think everything will eventually be digital?
I think we're going to get to a point where we're like, okay, so we are killing so many trees, blah blah blah.
Another full art Mewtwo.
It's just going to just migrate that way. I'm pretty sure.
I think there might be a certain point where tactile things, I mean, maybe it gets to that point, right? And then tactile things are worth a lot of money.
Right.
Because this is seen as a luxury eventually. Something printed on paper that you can hold.
Right.
So
it might be a luxury type of item, but
right.
For the Guardian's Rising.
That's like distant way off, like
right.
You know, year 3000 stuff though. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, if we even never get there. And we're deep into the Darius video now. We're talking about year 3000.
Oh my gosh, now we're talking about the year 3000.
3000. You know what's crazy? What, like,
something about people living underwater?
No, you think
and your great granddaughter is doing fine?
Good guess, but you know what's crazy is that I think about this all the time. Like, bro, before a matter of time, people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, you were born in the 1900s."
Oh right,
dude. Like that's gonna be happening soon. Like they're not even gonna say like, "No, I was born in like the 1980s." They're gonna be like, "Bro, you were born in the 1900s."
1900s.
And like 2050.
Like I was born in the 20th century. Like
yeah, I was born in the 20th
and we're in the
century.
21st century now.
Right.
So
crazy weird to think about. Like, think about this. You know how like we look back and we think on like the 1920s, and like that's like weird. Like that was forever ago. That was like ancient times, basically. People are gonna look back on like, you know, the 1980s and think the same thing about us. Like,
definitely.
People are gonna look back. What really weirds me out? People are gonna look back at 2020.
Oh yes.
And think that. Be like, oh,
right,
back
right.
in the 20s. Oh, you
back
know,
in the 20s.
back when YouTube was a thing. Like, which is just really hilarious.
By then, Amazon's going to have the monopoly of everything.
Oh, right. Amazon's just going to run the whole world.
Yeah.
Right. And every year we're going to, you know, elect the president of Amazon and just, you know, control the world.
So I've watched a couple TV series and stuff. Like, and it actually made me think that corporations is going to end up being our government.
You think so?
Like, I
got your tinfoil hat on?
No. I didn't put it on. I'm just saying, I saw a couple TV shows where, like, they call it, like, these companies just own the government. Like you have Procter & Gamble, who owns part of the country. They own part of the country, and
what
you have, like, Microsoft.
What do you mean?
Like, they're governed. They govern part of the country.
Do they? Or is this something you're making up?
No. This is the TV series I was watching.
Oh, something that... Oh, so in the future they do.
So in the future, yeah.
Okay. So it's fiction.
Yeah, it's fiction, but I don't see it being too far from the truth, though.
You know what's crazy?
A lot of corporations and stuff like run. Oh gosh, Mikey, stop in your tin hats.
Tim hat.
All right, we're done.
Yep.
That's talk about.
You know what's crazy? So like, I'm a teacher, right? So like, you know, I work with a whole bunch of different kids, man. But sometimes I try to tell my kids that just because they see something on the internet doesn't mean it's real.
Right.
Which is true, kids.
Yes.
Just because you see something on the internet doesn't mean it's real. You gotta prove that with some other facts and dependable resources, and you gotta see like, where am I getting my information from? So, you know, just because you heard Mikey say on the internet that corporations are gonna rule the United States one day, doesn't mean that it's actually gonna happen. But it could happen. But it doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Right. But anyways, so people were saying that like, I was like, just because you might see a mermaid, or you've heard about mermaids, doesn't mean that like mermaids are real, right? And I have my kids be like, no, but Mr. Mahone, mermaids are real. You know, and then my kids start going real deep, and they'll be like, bro, I saw it on YouTube.
I saw it on YouTube.
And then they'd be like, you could YouTube it right now, right? And the video they pulled up was, it said, the title was called Mermaid Hoax, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, it says in the title, man, that this is a mermaid hoax. And they're like, what's that word mean? I was like, oh my gosh, like you kids, man, and you swearing up and down. Mr. Malone, I swear mermaids are real. I've seen one myself. Yep. So it's crazy, man. You can believe anything you see it on the internet.
Ooh, buddy.
I know. I've had to have full-on discussions with my children about how mermaids are not real.
Mermaids. Oh my god.
I know, but then they really got me second-guessing myself too. Like, get it
I wouldn't doubt it though. The ocean is like they said we only explored probably like 15 to 20% of the ocean.
The ocean is pretty big, guys.
And so
the ocean is like pretty serious big.
I wouldn't put it past that something might exist. Like, that's the same thing with the universe. Like, who says that aliens aren't real?
Hey, let's start talking about aliens. No way, man. There's no way aliens are real, man.
You can't say it.
No, I know. Dude, the space is so big.
Okay.
Space is huge, guys. You want to start getting weird, just talk about how big space is.
Right.
Space is like so big. Earth is like a speck in the grand scheme of things. Not even a speck. It's a speck on a speck. On a speck on another speck. It's insane.
Goomy.
Even just like our solar system, the sun and everything else, just a speck, man. It's nuts.
Right.
Other solar systems out there blows my mind.
Our sun is actually like it is on the smaller size compared to a lot of the other like stars and stuff like that.
That being said, with as much space as out there, I still find it hard to believe that there's other planets out there as cool as Earth. Sorry, not sorry.
I agree.
Sorry, not sorry. Yep. Nope. Think we definitely got the coolest planet in existence with all the dopest stuff going on. There's no way other people got Pokemon cards. Just saying, there's no way another planet has got Pokemon cards. I'm willing to bet there's no way that other planets have figured out how to mine resources out of themselves and like turn it into technology and things like that. Like, no way, dude. Life is a miracle. I don't think it's happened more than once. I mean, maybe you got some plankton swimming around somewhere, but I don't know.
Right.
Other intelligent beings, the talking stuff. I don't know. I'm skeptical is all I'm saying.
Right. You're not saying that it's not, but you're just saying that I don't know.
If I had to say, do I think that there's other life out there somewhere? Probably. Do I think that it's out there walking, talking, and like having its own culture and society? Probably not. Okay, it's probably just some like, I don't know, some like glorified like microbes in sea foam somewhere. I don't know.
Right.
Like just swimming around doing its own thing. But that's just me. Maybe I'm just having, Earth brain.
I'm open. Like I don't believe like aliens are here. I don't believe any of that stuff.
Not like the lead singer of Blink-182, man. Like, or Tom DeLonge, like he's like full on like we've been visited, like Ancient Alien style, like and you've seen Ancient Aliens, right? Like I think all that stuff is pretty whack. Like I'm pretty sure the aliens didn't build pyramids. Pretty sure, but how sure am I really?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. Oh man.
They didn't talk about dinosaurs helping, but I'm like, I don't know. How did they build the pyramids? I'm like, there had to be some kind of big lizard things to help.
Do you think so?
There had to be something.
I don't know. Physics, man.
Some woolly mammoths.
Woolly mammoths. You think something going on?
Like, did we get did we dumb down ourselves a little bit?
I don't know.
Like, where did all that knowledge go?
I don't know, man. The pyramids are insane. And that freaks me out too. Dinosaurs, the fact that dinosaurs used to live on this planet. Oh, that blows my mind. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Nah, man. Nah, bro. I just keep it to what I understand. Yep.
Like, I would love to roam around with dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. That's part of what makes the Jurassic Park movies so cool.
Right.
Just so freaking cool. That's what makes Pokemon so cool too, It's like these monsters that you share the planet with. Just like a cool concept.
I would love to have actual like Pokemon in real life.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane. That'd be amazing.
Like, these kind of weird Pokemon here.
Ultra Beasts? Yeah, you could probably do without Ultra Beasts. They're kind of scary.
A Blastoise? Come on.
Would be sick. Right.
Oh.
I agree. So I don't know if you could have any kind of Pokemon. What Pokemon would it be?
Are you seriously asking?
Would it be an Eevee?
It would be an Eevee.
Okay, you tell me you
It
wouldn't.
would be
just...
multiple Eevees.
I'm saying like you get like 3.
I have 3.
You get 3.
It'd be 3 Eevees. Because I have Leafeon, Jolteon, and Umbreon. There you go.
It would be those 3.
Done.
Leafeon, Jolteon, Umbreon.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's it.
I feel like you made some pretty poor choices.
Why?
You can't even fly anywhere on your Pokemon.
I'm sorry.
You can't fly, dude.
I'm sorry.
I feel like I gotta get a Pokemon that can fly me somewhere.
But
like you
really,
gotta figure like the cool factor goes to like one. One Pokemon you keep is like your coolest pet. The other Pokemon have to be useful.
You can't say you're like, okay, I want a Pidgeot, right?
But not a Pidgeot. It'd probably be more like an Aerodactyl.
But if a Pidgeot was real, you wouldn't be able to fly on it.
That's why I said Aerodactyl.
Right. Aerodactyl, okay.
Aerodactyl.
Dragonite, I don't even see how Dragonite flies.
Yeah.
Mikey's the odd man out right now.
Why?
Okay, so today I was in a Jake Paul video.
Yeah.
I was just talking to Boogie. He's live streaming.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And him and I were talking, so we went to go check out our channel to see like how we're doing.
Yeah.
And he clicked play, and your voice played.
Oh
So
yeah.
you were on Boogie today. I was on Jake Paul. What about you, Mikey?
Yeah,
I'm about
Mikey,
to go talk to
where you
Boogie
at?
and be like, go play one of my Wacky Wednesdays.
Well, he
No.
played it and he goes, Who is this? This isn't Darium. Who is this? And I was like, I have employees now. I was like, okay, makes sense. But
I have employees out there under contract. I own them.
So,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
pretty much. But yeah, you run Boogie today.
That's pretty cool. What a stream.
I'm really sad
Yeah,
now.
it's like 1,000 people. They're like, hey, Andrew Mahone here. I'm like, yeah.
Sick.
Cool.
Cool. Famous, guys.
I gotta go talk to Boogie now.
Look at me. Time for me to start
Hey,
renegotiating.
Boogie,
It's
you
time for
don't
me to
know
start
me.
renegotiating this contract.
Hey, Boogie, you don't
that
know
doesn't
me.
exist.
It
Kevin
exists.
doesn't own me.
How do you guys have so many packs left?
I'm a free agent.
How do you have so many packs left?
Anybody here out there in the 2%?
I don't know.
So we might be down to 1% territory now.
1%.
Anybody out there in the 1%? We're out here in the YouTube boonies right now.
How do you
In the
have
middle
so
of
many
nowhere.
packs left?
But, like, there's very few flying
I'm gonna start
Pokemon
stacking those.
Okay, so here's the deal.
that actually can carry a...
Here's the deal.
Phew,
So
bless me.
Mikey and I we got deep while you were gone. Things got weird.
I knew you were going on a spiritual journey.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
things got weird. It got more than that. We started
went
talking about
to
aliens,
mermaids.
mermaids, yeah, all sorts of whacked out stuff.
Cool.
So, and the kind of things that you want to hear when you're an hour and a half into a.
How people like the rambling?
Yeah.
Right.
So, then, we were talking about the fact that dinosaurs used to run around on this planet. That's weird. And
Weird. They owned this planet for several millions of years longer than us.
right.
Right.
We're the weird ones.
Right. So I'm just saying it's weird to us though. Definitely weird to us, for our perspective. So.
No, you know what's weirder?
What's that?
That there's other species of humans that don't exist anymore.
Yep, that's
we
weird.
We have like
You can-
other humans here with us, but
Yep.
they went extinct.
Yep.
However, do you think the only reason we survived and they didn't is because we killed them off?
I don't
Because we
know.
are super. We like to kill everything.
Oh, gosh.
No, all right.
Auxiliary.
listen,
All right, tinfoil hat.
All right.
A double auxiliary.
Sick.
All right, I won't go off in the spiel, but we do like to kill everything.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, all right. So,
All right.
So if you look in a forest, right? What do you see happening inside of a forest typically? You have animals killing other animals, right?
Right.
To like survive and this and that. We come along as humans, we kill all the animals, including the forest, but
Oh,
we don't call it murder. We call it industry.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how humans work.
Stop it.
If anyone gets that
Stop
quote,
it.
I love you.
Stop
It's
it.
a quote from a movie.
All right.
So,
Oh wait, you worried about ad rev because
Then-
you said that?
Then we got to.
we're going
and
to get
if-
struck. for
Dude, if
this.
a Google person sits all the way through into 1.5
Props
hours.
to them.
Props to you. You
I
got
would
us.
love to manually review a 2 hours.
Please
video.
manually review this video. Yep.
All right, but anyways, what were you saying?
So then we talked about dinosaurs being here, talked about how weird that was, and then we started talking about, obviously the classic, what if Pokemon were here? It's part of what makes Pokemon so cool. Is the idea of like sharing the planet with other monsters and like,
Did you
things
get
like
to the
that.
part where Pokemon don't evolve? They're not going through evolution.
They're just
What are
going
they
to
going through? What's it called?
puberty.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
They
Come on.
just...
Go ahead, help us out.
Really? Well, basic biology, when something transforms, like think of a butterfly.
Oh,
Metamorphosis.
it's
There
gonna
you
go.
go.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah.
through metamorphosis. They
Oh.
don't go through evolution.
Right.
Well, I thought like they won't even evolve. They'll just age up.
I mean, everything evolves.
Right.
It's just they're going through like a metamorphosis when they
I
completely
need.
transform.
Can you
from
take
one
my
to another.
bulk when you get a chance?
Yeah, it's a stack.
So Pokemon, shouldn't be called evolution. It should be Pokemon Metalution.
It just doesn't.
No, it's not. It's going to just. They're
Metamorphize.
just going to age up.
But, anyways, we were talking about what Pokemon you would have if you could have a real Pokemon, and I said you could have 3, right? So
I
you
could
get to
pick
pick
three.
3. Mikey picked the wrong 3.
I don't pick the wrong
What did you
thing.
pick?
He picked 3 Evolutions. He said he'd have Jolteon, Umbreon, and
Can you just pick
Leafeon.
Leafeon.
I get 3, so I have to
can't-
get 3
So if I pick
Eevees.
Magikarp, I'd also have to pick Gyarados.
Yes.
And you would have to
Gotcha.
keep Magikarp as a Magikarp and keep Gyarados as a Gyarados.
Ooh, keeping Magikarp as a Magikarp is like such a cruel thing to do.
It is.
Right.
But you would do
But
it.
Flops around doing nothing.
Keep it
well,
in your little
I
chip
was
bag.
about to say, but your choices are poor too. Though.
No. My choices are awesome, and I haven't named.
Legit.
What did you pick?
I haven't named them yet.
Nope.
But one of my choices is going to be a Pokemon that can fly me around.
Okay.
Period. Like there is like I
Are
don't
you going
care.
legendary Pokemon or Charizard?
I'm just a Pokemon that's
Okay,
big.
so
can
just
fly
to
me
let you know,
around.
you wouldn't be able to fly on Charizard.
His
Why wouldn't I be
flames
able to
would
fly?
hurt me. Probably.
Nope.
He doesn't know.
Charizard is 5'7". You are taller than Charizard.
Oh man, that's weird.
It
Okay.
doesn't matter.
I think I could fly on an Aerodactyl though.
Jetpacks are smaller than us, but they can definitely catapult us. in the air.
Right. I think I could fly on an Aerodactyl. What do you think?
And an Aerodactyl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if the,
Aerodactyl has to be super strong. I mean, we're going back to like the fossil.
Right.
Like, that's a dinosaur.
he's restored fossil, so he's rock type.
He could
He's
definitely
rock
fly
flying.
me. Oh, if
And
he's a
so-
piece of rock that
He's
can
a
fly, he
flying
can fly
rock.
me.
But I'm like, really? Do you think that's actually going to be able to fly though?
Or would
Yes.
you rather fly, or would you rather something like Onyx, who can just fling you and then you land on a Snorlax somewhere else? It's like flying.
Oh my goodness, no! I'd rather fly.
But like we have to think about if these Pokemon actually existed in our world,
Right.
the laws of
We'd all be
physics
dead.
and stuff like that would have to apply.
We'll all be dead.
You can't. I mean, like, I'm
Well,
not.
yeah, they probably would just.
We got coughings and wheezings and like Ekans and all that going around there. Can you imagine an Ekans? Come on.
That's how big. I don't know how big Atkins
It
is.
doesn't matter.
But if it's a small snake, then it shouldn't matter. It would matter because it's just like a cobra or a
All right,
Python.
someone tell us how big Ekans is.
right.
So
Wait, I have my phone. Hold on.
I was about to say, look it up real quick.
right, I think probably I keep a Sneasel because Sneasel's cool.
But can you just pick something like, oh, I'll take an Arceus? A god Pokemon
I
that lives in outer
guess.
space?
An Arceus, sure. I mean, if that's what you really want,
I mean,
I
a
think.
living god.
If we're going on that thing, then I'll just take a Mew, and we're just
Yeah, there
done.
you go.
Done.
Mewtwo, I'll blow up an island.
Done. Mew. Done.
Right, yeah, and you gotta. I feel like, yes, obviously you want Pokemon as companions, but you want them to be useful too. You're not gonna pick Weedle, all right?
What's wrong with Weedle? Back off Weedle.
I mean, Weedle, come on,
You're
man.
not gonna choose Weedle.
You're not
Poor
gonna
Weedle.
choose. You're not choosing Weedle. Nobody's choosing Weedle. There ain't no bug catchers out here. Okay.
Ekans is 6'7" tall.
No.
Okay, so that's-
way.
That's
6 foot. Well, not tall. Long.
long. And how heavy is it?
Mega
Only 15
Charizard.
pounds.
Oh, okay, so it's not that bad.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Because Ekans is literally a cobra snake.
That's insane.
Ekans? No, that's
Arbok.
This-
Or
that-
rattlesnake.
that's-
Ra-
yeah.
Sorry. Rattlesnake.
yeah.
That 6 foot. That's
It's a
insane.
6-foot rattlesnake, which rattlesnakes only get to about 4 to 5,
You
so
know,
it's not that
talk to
big.
me when you're like, oh, I was going to the forest the other day and came across an Ekans. No biggie.
You just the Ekans will probably be in Montana anyway, and so I'm not gonna go to Montana.
So you think? I mean, obviously, but
Actually,
like
you just put down a Beedrill. That scares me.
Beedrills
a
are
Beedrill
huge.
Oh.
Keys.
Oh,
a
yeah.
problem.
How
That's what I'm
big is
saying.
Beedrill? Did you see a Beedrill there?
I mean, a wasp on its own is a problem, but can you imagine a
Right.
3'3"?
Okay, you see, now that's an
my
issue.
Gosh.
now
Yeah.
that's an issue. Like
Right. Bugs.
Its
Huge
hands are
bugs.
stingers.
Huge
Right.
bugs. I mean, you saw how scary it is when Ash like travels out into the world all alone, and he's just got his Pokemon Pikachu to protect him, you know. And
yeah, but he was getting his butt kicked by like, was it Pidgeot?
Yeah,
Pidgeot?
Fearos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fearos.
Like, come on now.
No, Fearos.
Yeah, he was getting his butt kicked by Spearows, man. So yeah, it's scary out there, you know. It would be.
But yeah,
that's why you need Pokemon.
Beedrill will be definitely scary.
Yeah,
like,
Beedrill would be because
I wouldn't even want to touch
attack.
that. I wouldn't even want to touch
That's
that.
what I'm saying. You need a flying Pokemon to just like so you can just dip whenever. You just need to be able to fly away from any scenario.
How high could a Beedrill fly?
I'm just saying the Aerodactyl's faster than the Beedrill, right?
No, Aerodactyl is like supersonic, basically.
I don't.
Like,
Are you
basically.
sure? I'm thinking Aerodactyl in the real world just slow mo.
No, dude. He's
Is it like
prehistoric.
Jet Draft or something like one of his most recent abilities? Like that gives the idea that he's like
he's fast, dude.
stupid fast.
He's one of the fastest Pokemon in the video game.
How big
That's
is
his thing.
Aerodactyl?
Now that's a valid question. How big?
Aerodactyl?
How big? Because I think like he's got one of the fastest speed stats in the video game, so you got to give him credit. He is fast. He is rock type, so he's sturdy. I'm thinking so long as he's at least 4 or 5 feet, I can fly on him. I think because he's made out of rock. I can mount myself on something that's 4 or 5 feet long. That's fine.
This code. What code?
Well, that's weird. Discolored.
Aerodactyl is 5'11". Mega Aerodactyl is 6'11".
I'm good. I'm good.
You're 5'11". You're taller than this.
We the same
bird.
size. That's what you could fly on something that's the same size as yourself.
Oh,
For sure. He's 5. Oh, we're good. We're good. Aerodactyl is like the perfect one.
how much he weighs?
Yeah, how much does he weigh?
Oh wait, hold on, I scroll down. 130, then 174.
130.
Oh,
All right.
gosh.
So I'm a little heavier than an Aerodactyl, but he is very strong. Okay? He's a very strong Pokemon. We trust this Aerodactyl. He's going to be fine. He's a piece of rock that can fly.
Mega Aerodactyl has the. Oh wait, where'd it go? Hold on. The thing just updated. Mega Aerodactyl has the highest base speed stat of all rock type Pokemon.
Right.
That doesn't really help because they're rocks.
Rock. Right.
But he also, I mean, his base speed stat's like nutty. I mean, what's it, like 130 or something?
Like Gyarados actually wouldn't be a horrible decision.
Gyarados is huge. He's 20-some feet.
Right.
And he can fly.
And he can fly.
So he's a
Dude
flying
is-
Pokemon, so you can
he
actually...
can fly and surf.
You
So
could fly your whole, baseball team on him.
Yeah, he's a very underrated beast.
Right.
Really.
Like, how is he flying? And also can surf.
Right.
What?
He's not a dragon.
I would love to get Lapras, but I feel like her utility would be, I would have to be, like, wanting to...
Oh my god. I want Big Derp Tree. I want a
Ooh.
palm tree that's also alive.
Oh, my gosh.
That'd be so scary.
Like, it's my palm tree. That has a bunch of dirt faces.
Question.
Yeah.
Yo.
Will that dirt tree actually produce like fruit?
That'd be awkward.
That'd be awkward. Like, hey, I'm
Right.
just going to eat this
Alright,
off
so
you real quick.
Gyarados is 518 pounds. Mega
Woo!
is 672.
Woo.
21 feet 4 inches for both.
Nice.
Sick.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is
A lot of feet.
funny. Gladion.
Now, how fast do you think he's moving through the water, though, being that big?
Whew. I don't know.
He doesn't have to move that fast. Psh, who gonna mess with him?
I mean, a 20-foot body just
Hello,
snaking
Ma.
itself through the water is probably going to go incredibly fast. Like,
So-
eels are stupid fast because of that.
I'm thinking, all right, so my Pokemon would be Sneasel, right? And then I need an air mount, a flying mount, so I need an Aerodactyl. And then I also need a riding mount, so I'm going to have to get a Tauros.
Oh
Oh
god,
my
Tauros
gosh.
is stupid fast.
It would be awesome. Yeah.
Tauros is like the fastest of the fastest, yeah.
Hey, yes,
So
that'd
you
be
just-
insane.
You just charge everywhere.
Like
I-
Pokemon Sun and Moon, where you get to ride around on the Tauros, that's me, real life. Oh, yeah. Just charging around.
You see, the issue is
What?
I wouldn't want to use my animals like that.
What
My-
you
my-
talking?
my
They love
Pokemon.
it.
They love it.
They love it. You're building companionship. Traveling places together. Definitely
Right,
need-
Tauros would be amazing.
amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, Tauros would be super amazing.
Yeah.
Dude is stupid fast.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And he's huge and stocky. Like, you got, you could probably ride you and your friend on there.
Yeah, you could charge through anything. You
Charge
come
through
across.
anything. He could break boulders and
I
stuff.
would like a Bouffalant now. A
Man,
Bouffalant would be.
Tauros
I like
OG,
his
man.
fro. He got a fro.
And he got them rings on his,
Yeah.
Bouffalant's pretty cool. I'm a Tauros
What
fan,
about
though.
something like Cosmoan?
Cosmo.
Oh my.
What in the world is a Cosmo?
Rayquaza. I would take Rayquaza.
Oh my gosh, that is scary though.
Stupid lipstick dragon? Like what?
No, dude, Rayquaza. I mean, you're taking a space dragon.
That's a space dragon.
He's a lipstick dragon.
Lipstick dragon.
Have you ever looked at one?
Rayquaza?
Yeah.
Dude, hold on. Like, how big is Rayquaza? He's actually not as big as I thought he was, if I remember right.
Ooh, Steelix.
However, all you need is an astronaut outfit, and you're good to go. You can just do whatever other Ohioan wants to do.
There you go.
Leave the planet.
I'm gonna
Or
start.
you could get a primal Groudon, and you could just create your own Earth.
There you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
I just opened a pack completely off camera. That's how out of it I am.
You know what? You guys just stay down here and deal with, like, 6-foot Ekans. I'll just go fly around in space with
Right.
Rayquaza.
How big is Rayquaza?
Alright, Rayquaza is...
Carbink break!
Alright, so normal Rayquaza is 23 feet. Mega is 35.
Okay. Ooh, Mega Charizard. Ooh, secret rare.
Dude,
Ooh, and that was a lit pack right
it's
there.
an $8 Carbink right there. Busted. Busted Carbink. Broken Carbink. There he is. I was going to be really sad if we didn't get a Carbink out of here.
The odds were not in our favor.
The odds were not in our favor. Go ahead, 1%ers. Can I have that code? You probably, if you out here right now and you watching, you probably have it. It's probably yours.
You deserve it.
Go ahead. You deserve it.
Until someone else goes, I was the first person to view this, and it's gone.
And it's gone.
God, Cosmoem is awesome. Height, 0 feet, 4 inches.
Oh my gosh.
2,204 pounds.
Wait, what?
He is dense.
He is a black hole.
He's a black hole.
You know? He's a black hole.
That's insane.
So you said he is 4 inches and weighs 2,000 pounds?
Yep. 2,200 pounds. He's 4 inches.
That is
And Lily
ridiculous.
keeps him in a bag?
He is a protostar.
That is ridiculous.
That's insane.
I don't know if she kept Cosmoem in there.
Ah.
She kept Nebby in there.
Oh,
Cosmog.
right. Cosmog, right. All right, so I gave the 3 Pokemon that I'd keep.
Look Cosmog up real quick.
Mikey gave me the 3 wrong Pokemon that he would keep.
No.
Dude, you can't even ride on an Eevee, bro.
Alright, Cosmog.
I'm cool, though.
Cosmog weighs 0.2 pounds and is 8 inches.
Oh
so
my
Cosmog
gosh.
could fit in a bag.
All right, that's fine.
A Cosmoem?
Gets a little dense.
That's a car.
A puzzle of time's
So-
worth something, right?
Yes.
I don't need any external batteries.
For what?
Jolteon?
For my cell phones or anything.
Is Greninja worth
Wait.
anything?
Did I
So
say
you can
no?
have Jolteon
No.
charge your phone?
Jolteon could charge my phone if he wanted
You
to.
can make it explode by attempting it.
He can discharge as much wattage as he wants.
Keep in mind, this is the same guy who told me, and I quote, "I'm not going to treat my Pokemon like that.
I won't.
But I'm gonna make him charge my stuff.
But we'll reduce them to a phone charger."
No. You are talking about physical manual labor.
Yeah, they love it though.
They love it. They love it.
If I'm like, yo, Rayquaza, let's go for a flight to the cosmos, I'm sure he'd be like, alright.
He'd be like, "Alright, that's literally what I do."
Yeah, that's literally my job.
Jolteon is gonna be like, "This feels menial."
No.
Exactly. I have more important things
I
to
would
do.
love him to death.
We out here in the middle of the wilderness. You want me to charge your phone? You know.
Ooh, what is up with this pack? What is up with that pack?
Got damaged in the destruction.
And destruction, all the chaos.
I'm up here organizing
The
stuff so it
end is feeling near.
The end is near.
The end is feeling near, but then also feeling so distant.
I got a couple boxes left. I need to
We're Gucci.
take care of your
Cool.
stuff.
All right, what do we got? Hey, Tauros. Speaking of Tauros,
Speaking of
yep.
Tauros.
Tauros is
let
one
me,
of my main dudes.
GX is not going to tell me what I want to know.
Nope.
What do you want to know?
How big
Yeah.
he is.
How big he is? Oh, the GXs can't.
Regular bull?
Probably.
Right. I mean, he's definitely is capable of being a riding Pokemon because of the precedent set in the Sun and Moon games. The fact that he is a, you know.
Dude, if you could ride a bull that wouldn't, like, try to kill you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just a normal bull that we already have
Right.
would be immensely fun.
It'd be
Now,
insane,
question.
right?
Would we fight or will we battle our Pokemon?
Duh. Yep.
So we're just going to have to, like... Wait, we have to battle our Pokemon to catch them?
No.
No. Like,
Okay, I'm like, wait a second.
so we have
How am I
our
going to
just
catch
saying-
a Gyarados or a Rayquaza
No,
or an
no,
Articuno?
I'm just
no,
saying,
no.
Mikey, like if you have, your Pokemon and I have my Pokemon. It's not like we're not gonna battle them sometimes. I mean, like, come on, like.
I mean, dude,
guess.
Back to back Tauros.
Mikey, if you ever walk in front of him, you have to
We have
battle.
to.
Oh, as soon as our eyes.
We locked eyes, right.
As soon as we
No,
lock
not
eyes.
even eyes, man. It's just as long as one person spots another, it's battling.
Well, then maybe I want a Weavile then instead of a Sneasel, since I am gonna have to battle these things, and I might as well have them
Then
be
I
as
might
powerful
switch
as
up my
possible.
lineup then if we have to battle.
I mean, but that's just me. I'm just gonna have my one Weavile.
That's like 3
you know?
Pokemon.
Like Weavile, Tauros, and I think Weavile's gonna be my main dude, and then I'm only gonna challenge people to one-on-one battles. 1v1 Pokemon. Yep. Sorry. My Aerodactyl and my Tauros, they ain't fighters, bro. They pacifists.
That's all of a sudden
Aerodactyl's a carnivore.
I'm bringing in Terrakions now.
Terrakions?
Yeah.
Why?
Terrakions and Whimsicots and...
Whimsicott would be sweet. I think that'd be a cool Pokemon for sure to have.
Ooh.
I just dropped a card.
I'm sorry.
Secret rare.
But you only have 3 Pokemon.
Hmm?
So the odds of you having, one of your 3 Pokemon are ones that just counters mine, that'd be kind of a...
No. It's just... Terrakion and Whimsicott is a great combo.
a trick.
I like them.
Okay. All right. I see you. See you plotting and scheming over there.
Right?
Uh-huh. And a Zapdos. I could also see having a Zapdos. He's on the short list, too.
Nice.
Zapdos is definitely on the short list. Yep. Articuno could be on the short list.
Now we're just going legendaries.
I mean, okay. So say, all right, you have to have one. You have to have one legendary. Who's your one legendary that you pick?
Can we pick one god?
Well, a legendary. I guess. I mean, it could be a mythical too. I guess. Whatever. I don't know why there's counter catchers out here.
I think I would do Lugia.
Lugia. Why you choose Lugia?
Because he's a beast.
He can swim and he can
He
fly.
can swim, fly.
Okay.
Deals with a lot of the elements.
So he keeps Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres in balance.
Yep.
Pretty cool. All right, I can see it. What about you, Darian?
Can I pick Arceus?
Sure.
Arceus.
Why Arceus?
He's already in my lineup. He's a Pokemon god. I want a Pokemon god.
All right,
I
that's
guess if I had Arceus, so I wouldn't need Rayquaza. would
Oh,
I?
no, I said Mew. That's what I said. I said Mew.
You did say Mew
So I
earlier. You
guess I'd have
switched it
to
up.
swap out Rayquaza then.
Right. You only get one legendary, and then you get your 3
Well, I wouldn't
regulars.
need 2 that are flying in outer space.
Right. Probably just one Pokemon that can fly in outer space will cut it. Is Arceus like a land mount that can also fly in space?
A lame out. I mean, Arceus.
He seems like he's 4-legged. It's like seems like a.
He's a reindeer.
Well, I guess I have a water Pokemon and a space Pokemon. I guess I need a ground Pokemon, right?
I mean, it makes sense. That or you're gonna drive everywhere like anyone else. Seems kind of silly when you have Pokemon.
I can't imagine though having like ghost Pokemon though. That'd be odd.
Oh, ghost Pokemon would be insane.
God, you know how annoying all caves would be?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Those
But also, why are we hanging out in caves?
I'm just saying. Like,
Zubats.
Zubats would be. Oh god.
Everywhere.
Oh gosh.
I don't know what ground Pokemon I would pick.
Right. That's why Tauros just seemed like a layup. Like he's just cool. He's tough. He's a workhorse. I mean, he could put in a lot of work. I feel like. Seems dependable, loyal.
Ooh, my
Like what Tauros got going on.
half of my pack's upside down. I'm liking it.
That'll happen sometimes. Alrighty. Man, we got Raichu, Wigglytuff.
I think we have about 4, 5, 6 boxes left.
5 or 6 boxes left?
Yeah.
Man, for real?
1, 2,
Mega
3, 4,
Houndoom.
about 5. Yeah. Kanto catchers. Arangoru.
So you think we got a little less than a case?
I don't know. Like ghost Pokemon though would be very interesting and weird.
Right.
Because you're like, how did you become a ghost?
Right. Right, because they died. Pokemon die.
Right, but like,
Sad, but
like,
Cubo, man.
like all of a
Lost
sudden,
his mom.
and like each Cubone,
Oh
like,
god, each Cubone that existed.
yeah, they all had,
have the same.
they all
How
had,
they all have the same story, bro.
right.
Yeah, some of that stuff doesn't add up.
Yeah, exactly.
it's
You just
really
can't
weird.
don't ask questions.
And then you're like, all right, so how did we get a Gourgeist? And you're like, oh.
Well, I mean, we know that each Pokemon have their own personalities.
Mhm.
Right.
So something like Cubone, does he Do they not?
Just,
Or they're just like basically a clone of themselves.
He internally, all Cubones internally mourn the loss of their mothers.
It's like in their genes, basically.
It's in their genes, basically.
It's like
like,
a ritual or something.
Yeah, their mothers die. They take their skulls. And wear
now,
them
in our
around us.
Pokemon world, are there some Cubones without skulls on their head?
I suspect.
They had to have lost them, right? Things happen.
Either their mom's not dead yet.
I suspect.
No, apparently, in order to be a Cubone.
Yeah, their parent.
Moms.
So what are they before they're
Cubone?
Cubone?
All moms die.
They can only have one child.
All Cubone moms die during childbirth.
No, that couldn't make any sense.
Why not?
I mean, okay, so...
Wishful baton.
That means each couple would have one offspring.
Right.
You're going to run out there soon.
Hey, there's a code right there.
You need to have 2 in order to keep the population the same. Right. And you can't have 2 with the skull. Like, this is pretty dark, guys.
Listen, every Cubone, all right, every Marowak has to, produce a Cubone with a Ditto then.
You see, now...
They're all Dittos. There you go.
They're all Dittos.
They're all Dittos.
We can go into the theory that the actual evolution line for Cubone is actually Cubone, Marowak, Kangaskhan.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Where Kangaskhan is actually... That's a little baby Marowak in the Kangaskhan pouch.
Is this a fan theory that actually exists? You just make this up
No,
right now?
this is actual fan theory.
Okay.
Like how Venonat and Venomoth and Butterfree are actually swapped.
What?
Like it should go Venonat, Butterfree.
Okay.
And it should go
Caterpie, Metapod.
Metapod, and then Venomoth.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that a theory?
Because if you actually look at the pictures, they actually look legit. How a Venonat looks just like a Butterfree.
Right.
And that the Weedle and the Metapod favors the Venonats.
What do you mean it favors the Venonats?
Like you should, if you look at pictures of the Venonat.
Oh, it looks more like Venonat.
And you look at the Butterfree, they look alike. And if you look at the Caterpie,
GX.
If you look at the Caterpie and you look at the Venomoth, they actually look similar.
Interesting. Okay. So then what? We think that the little baby, the evolution line goes from, that there's basically a baby Cubone, which is because that little Pokemon inside the Kangaskhan's pouch, that's not identified as being anything really.
Correct. It's not identified as being a Pokemon.
It's just identified as being Kangaskhan's child.
Yes.
That's all we know. And it is not confirmed to Kangaskhan.
Correct.
Right.
And so when
Kangaskhan babies.
We could say the Kangaskhan babies are actually Cubones. And that when the Kangaskhan mom dies, back-to-back wishful batons.
Ooh.
That's nuts. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
I actually like that fan theory, and I think that fan theory holds up. That actually sounds really legit. When the Kangaskhan dies, the little Kangaskhan baby that's in the pouch is probably really upset because it lived in that mama's pouch the entire time. Because there is no Kangaskhan without its little child.
Right.
That does not exist. And that Kangaskhan is going to die before the little baby Pokemon dies.
Right.
Because it's older. So then, what happens is that mama dies, the kid gets depressed, it puts the mama's skull on its head, becomes a Cubone, and then that Cubone eventually evolves into Marowak. Marowak one day is like, alright, I should probably glow up now and take this skull off my head and stop.
All Chanseys have an egg?
Stop being so emo.
Yes, all Chanseys have eggs.
But we don't know if it's fertilized or not, though, right?
Correct.
Okay, I don't know if we have a backstory on that one.
Nope. Now, one thing that I just saw was Decidueye.
What about Decidueye?
Like, you have Rowlet, and then all of a sudden when it becomes a Decidueye,
it's dead.
It's dead.
Yep. Go.
Look at this pack of all the Miss Magiuses and Miss
Oh, that's insane.
But yeah, it starts off as a flying little Pokemon, and then all of a sudden, it's dead.
Dead.
And then you have your ghost flying type, and I'm like, or your ghost grass, and I'm like, hey, what is this?
So you're saying that Dartrix has to die in order to grow up?
Yes. Which is weird.
He gets so much cooler, though, when he does.
It's...
So do ghost Pokemon never die, then?
I don't know.
They're already dead.
Mm.
Can they die again?
I don't know.
I don't think so. All right, I put my foot down saying no, they can't die.
Ghost type.
So ghost type might actually be a good type if you don't want to lose it.
Ghost type are ghosts.
Right.
Then, right? Is
Yes.
what we're
Yes.
They are, because other Pokemon, like, it talks about, like, Gengar, like, you know, is mad because it lost its human form or something. Like, it lost its, or it's lost its body form of, like, being alive. Like, they talk about them, like...
But, so, the thing is why are there only certain Pokemon that have afterlives? Because couldn't Cubone's mom just be like, hey, what's up? It's
Right.
cool, I'm still here.
Now I'm a ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe she becomes a Gengar.
Or,
Well,
do
just
or
like-
do the ghosts live in kind of like a parallel existence with
I
us?
think they live in probably a parallel existence with us, and then only some get transferred over to, like, the, you know, to this plane of existence.
Yeah, because it'd be like, well, then why aren't the rest? You know, if there's an afterlife,
It's the
there's
same-
probably an afterlife for everything.
It's the same kind of question as that if, like, yeah, I guess if you were to, like, believe in ghosts and spirits in, like, the regular, you know,
Yeah, but
and...
we give like exceptions. Oh, it's a tortured soul, or oh,
right.
it's this.
So that's
or...
what I'm saying. It's probably the case with these Pokemon, too.
This is deep.
This is super deep. Oh, this
So
is the
the
deepest
ones that
pack.
evolve into a ghost type Pokemon would have some sort of condition that needs to be met. in order
Right,
to do
right.
that.
Yes.
Otherwise they just
Yes.
move on, like,
Right.
you know.
Right.
then
I
why
mean,
can't
Dartrix is probably just, like, super angsty, you know? And hey, full art Espeon. Oh, yeah.
Dartrix is just too proud to die and just go away that he becomes
Got to.
the Green Arrow.
Have to. The Green Arrow. Oh my gosh. Nerino Arcanine. Arcanine would be a sweet
He becomes-
Pokemon to have.
Oliver Queen.
Arcanine would be really awesome. I feel like he would hurt.
Oh,
riding
and
on his
Arcanine was
back,
supposed to be a
though.
legendary Pokemon. He was supposed to be the 4th legendary Pokemon.
What?
Yep.
Why didn't that happen?
I don't know. Like, look,
It's what?
like, do we have Arcanine?
Yeah, I just opened one.
All right, where's he at?
It's right here. There's an Arcanine.
What is this? What is this?
Legendary Pokemon. It says right there.
Yep.
What? Busted.
Oh, you're talking about Rayquaza's lips. Right?
Yeah, he's Lipstick Dragon. Look at it.
Oh.
Lipstick Dragon.
Okay.
Hey, he looks goofy. Now you can't unsee it. You know, he's just wearing like a whole face of lipstick. I don't know why, but you know, it's to each their own, really. I mean, like, you know, Rayquaza is an individual and can do what he wants to do. It's fine. Not gonna judge.
Maybe
just,
Rayquaza shops at Mac.
you know, maybe Rayquaza just, you know, likes to wear some makeup.
Go to Sephora.
There's nothing wrong with that. Rayquaza can do as the Rayquaza wants to do.
He's
You
a
get-
space dragon, I don't argue with it.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with Space Dragon. You want to argue with Space Dragon?
Nah.
Nah,
Yeah,
bro.
cool.
Nah, bro. I'm cool.
I'm good.
Gucci.
Weavile.
We Gucci. The Weavile would be sweet, man. I think Weavile, Sneasel, so cool. So cool. They're
That
speedy.
pack looks like legit.
Upside down stuff. All right, there's an Aerodactyl. Wormadam.
Did you find an Aerodactyl?
I did. Wormadam, world's weirdest Pokemon. There's an Aerodactyl right there.
Nice.
Yeah, I could probably, you know, be a pretty good flying mount, I think.
What about
This-
Shebeck?
A Shaman.
Shaman. Ooh.
It's a small little thing, man.
That's what I'm
Shaman's
saying.
a hedgehog.
Could you
It's a
ride,
cutie.
sky ride that thing?
No.
No.
Shaman, you would squash it. It'd be like
Unless he has like reindeer powers. Where
I
he
mean-
like hovers and stuff.
Hey, we got some 9 reindeer, however many there are, that pull a fat man around the entire world in
Right.
5 seconds.
I guess, but just like physically, you would just look silly, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Alright,
even if he's
Skyform
capable,
Shaman. 1 foot 4 inches,
That's what I'm
11
saying.
pounds.
it's like sitting on a squirrel. It's
We
like
never
sit-
know, it might have that reindeer strength.
I'm saying like it could, you know, probably magically like whip you around. You'd have to ride it like a skateboard though, and it would just.
No,
yeah.
dude, you just hold on and go.
That's
Hold
just-
on and go.
You're like Atreyu. Was it Atreyu? No, Atreyu was his horse.
Hmm.
Falcor.
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 I'm starting with an F. I'm almost there. Like Falcor, dude.
Hey guys, what's Falcor?
You better be kidding with me.
I don't know what a
You
Falcor
better be
is.
kidding with me.
It's like Captain Falcon. Like,
No, never ending.
What is the saddest
story.
scene in any children's movie ever?
When
What movie is
Falcor
that?
dies.
Not Falcor, when Atreyu dies.
Atreyu?
Oh, Atreyu, yes.
Oh, we're talking about the Never-Ending Story?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I know the Never-Ending Story.
Like Falcor, man, he just gets
Falcor
on, he
the
holds
big,
on and goes.
the big white thing?
Yes.
All right, well,
Yeah,
that is
the
like
little
way
dog.
bigger than a
No, but I'm
shaman.
just saying, like, it's not, you're not like, you're just holding on, man. Just hold on and go.
But the thing is, you might be able to have like 2.
Bro, check out this pack.
shamans.
Check out this pack.
What is that?
2 Magikarps.
And a Gyarados!
And a Gyarados! And a Water Energy. Busted
That
pack.
is beautiful.
Beautiful pack. I don't think I've ever seen that. That is nuts.
Nah, that's insane.
Cool stuff, man.
That is interesting. That is pretty slick.
Yeah.
Ooh, Raticate.
But I'm just saying, man, if Shaman could, you just grab on and just
You just
hang
have to
on.
have 2 shamans on your shoulder.
There you go. They hold on to you.
Dude.
It's just like this. You have your little flying Pikachu.
Dude, I don't know what's up with that Pikachu, man.
I mean,
I'm
how
just saying.
fast does Shaman take off? Doesn't it already take off as if it's like a lot faster
I'm
than
just pretty
it should?
sure, like, listen, man, if I'm going to be flying around on a flying Pokemon, I want to look reasonable while I'm doing it, all right? And I don't want to look like I'm just, like, trying to fly around with some flying squirrel-looking thing.
Ooh.
Nidoking.
There's your dirt right there.
And Major Jerp Tree.
However, if you're
Dirt
flying around in a
tree.
Shaman, you gotta hope that you're not doing it when it becomes night.
Why is
Shaman
that?
goes back to the land.
Oh, right. Yeah, it becomes a little hedgehog, and hedgehogs are, like, not that smart. I have one, so.
Well, flying through the air with a hedgehog's not gonna be the easiest thing for you.
I don't think the hedgehog actually knows how to fly.
No. Shaman
No.
goes back to land form at night.
And then
so.
it's land.
Right, and then, you know, you've got just, like, a glorified guinea pig hanging around. No offense to guinea pigs.
Yeah.
Or hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are adorable.
I have a hedgehog, so, you know.
Ooh, Lily.
As much as I love Sable, you know, she's not that smart.
Man, there are so many energies in this stack of common and commons I'm pulling out. Thanks, Mahone.
Okay, you know, I mean, I didn't say that I did a perfect job on the energy pullout.
What a perfect job. This is a small little stack, and there's so many energies.
I missed a lot of energies, all right? I did miss a lot of
Oh,
energies.
there's more energy in it.
I missed a lot of energies.
I don't want to have to sort all this.
I didn't know we had to sort out the energies.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Energies are not common and commons.
Ah. All right, well, there's a decent amount of energy in there.
Easy.
I've been sorting everything else, though.
Oh,
I've been doing a great job.
oh my gosh.
So all your stuff I put over there in the 5-row boxes.
I'll get it tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Mikey. You the best. You the bomb, man. You the bomb.com. You the realist.
Oh, I know I'm going home after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna film the second part of what we got tomorrow.
What do you mean the second part of what we got?
So when we actually sort out everything and go over it.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, okay, so you're gonna like break everything down and do like the.
That's what we do. Now you
Yeah.
can just financial and just be like, this is what we got, so you can actually see.
Right. Yeah. So we're not gonna break everything down tonight. No, we're gonna
Yeah, nothing.
crack it. Yep. We
I
could do.
got a cut on my finger. You can't really
No
see
workman's
it.
comp.
No workman's comp. It's in the contract.
Yep.
Work at your own
It's in
risk.
Mahomes' contract.
I don't have a
Not in my
contract.
contract.
Now Mikey doesn't have a contract. He's a free agent.
Free agent.
What? No, I'm a free agent. I don't have a contract.
Oh, keep telling yourself it all you want, sweetheart.
I don't have a contract. There's no
Say it enough
contract.
times, it'll become real.
You don't own me.
You know what I want to do? I really want to play World of Warcraft for some reason tonight.
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
I don't like how World of Warcraft is now.
Just play it, man. Have some fun.
I mean, I'm just gonna run through all the old content and slaughter it all, but why do I want to do that? Why is that clicking in my head?
Because nostalgia.
Yeah.
You have
WoW
some
Classics coming back.
You have some fond memories up there somewhere.
Is
Of
that like
playing World
WoW
of
1?
Warcraft.
Correct. What, Mikey?
Is that like WoW 1?
Yeah, Classic, all the way back in their vanilla launch.
Or is it just like Warcraft?
World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay.
Warcraft. Not
Okay.
Warcraft
Oh,
3.
yeah, no, not Warcraft. No, yeah.
I like
That's
Warcraft.
Warcraft Universe.
I really liked Warcraft 3. Oh my
I don't
goodness.
like Warcraft 3.
Everybody liked Warcraft 3, man. Yeah, that would be fun.
I used to play that in school all the time.
Warcraft 3 was a great game, man. I actually enjoy Warcraft 3 way more than StarCraft.
Do you guys remember the Macs that were the television ones, like the tube ones, and they had like different neon colors?
Yes, of course. You used to play on that?
That's what I used to play on.
Nice.
You're talking about wait.
Macintosh computers.
Yeah, you're talking about like the green?
The green and
colored
the blue,
backs.
the colored like little bubble shields.
Oh, okay, so you're not going that far back. You're not talking about the black and green monitors before that.
Oh
colors.
no.
Okay, I'm just like, yeah, everyone remembers those.
I had
Trail.
I had
Oh,
I had a
loved-
Macintosh.
I loved.
I did have
Oregon
one of
Trail
the.
DOS.
I want to say it was like an Apple II or something, or I don't know, something like that.
Apple IIs were when they got really popular.
I think it was an Apple II. It was like this little, rectangular prism thing, and it was.
Yeah, Apple II is basically what kind of catapulted them into being a more serious thing.
And it had a 3.5. It had a 3.5 floppy drive, and it had a regular floppy disk drive or a hard disk drive, right? They were called hard disk, the big
Yeah.
ones.
They didn't have like the 9-inch.
No,
floppies,
the big ones were floppies, and then the
No, because the ones that were a floppy disk was actually hard.
no,
and
no,
rigid.
no, the floppy disks were the big ones, and then the
floppies
hard.
started out like this big.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they got down to about like this big.
Yes.
And then we ended up calling the hard discs
Floppy
floppies.
disk.
A 3.5 inch
Yeah,
floppy.
that used to be that was at the last very
Got
end.
it. So
Those became floppies.
whatever Macintosh I had
Okay. The big floppy.
a big floppy
Yeah.
and a 3.5 inch floppy
Hard
Or
reader.
you had the
Yeah.
middle and
Yeah.
the smaller. There's no way you had like the 9.
No, it
11.
had the middle and the smallest. It did not have the 9-inch reader.
Correct.
Because the computer was not big enough to have even really for that to have been reasonable.
You're going way back.
Yeah.
I've never owned one of those in my life that had one. Well, I did. I didn't own one until I was in high school.
One of
My one of the DOS. I didn't own a DOS computer until I was in high school.
No, yeah, I was in high school when I got my first like personal computer, and I don't remember what it was. It wasn't an Apple II. I'm not that old. But I don't remember what it was.
My cousin gave me his old DOS computer.
Gosh,
And then
I think
my
Windows 95
nephews.
was my first.
Windows 95.
I didn't even have my first one. My first actual real computer was I got it like 6 months later, but that was it was Windows Me. Windows Me.
We
Okay,
never
so
had Windows
those were
Me, but
after
I had 95,
Yes.
98,
95.
and 2000.
I only remember 95 because 95 is before they had click and drag.
Really?
So when 98 came out, you're like, oh my god, I can click and drag things.
Click and drag. This is insane. Yep.
Yeah, so that's why I remember that. But yeah, ME was...
Yes, that was 99.
Because that's when NT came out and separated for, I guess, commercial purposes, for
Altaria.
networking purposes.
I guess so.
No, did it go NT then ME? Wow, I don't remember. Because NT I don't think was something like we would really use. I think we used it for like networking, and they broke it off. I don't know why they're like 95, 98, NT, ME,
NT.
Windows 7.
Guys, remember how much of a disaster Windows Vista was, man?
Oh my god.
I blocked that from my memory. Vista was.
Gosh.
Vista was
Vista was
bad,
the worst.
man.
When you have Microsoft go, you know what, JK, just kidding. This doesn't exist.
Right, they just have erased that from the
Didn't they used to call it like Mojave or something like that? Wasn't that it's
Mojave.
Mojave? Yeah.
I don't know, but man, when Microsoft's like, we're gonna upgrade, everyone gets an upgrade.
Everyone gets a free upgrade to our beta operating system that we're trying next. Yeah.
Oh, God, like,
Yeah.
Windows 10, dude. I love Windows 10. They're like, we're forcing you to upgrade. And you're like, no, please, God,
Oh
no.
my God.
No, we're
No,
forcing
no.
you. We haven't worked out any of the bugs yet, but you're going for the ride. That was great.
Gosh, remember, like, it used to be upgrading was such a disaster with the Vista thing that people stayed with Windows XP forever.
So XP is something I rode for a long time.
Forever.
It was good. It was a great operating system.
I
People
agree.
were stuck on XP for the longest
Because
time.
it worked, it functioned, its coding wasn't bad, it did what you wanted.
Right.
Done. But then they're like, yeah, we're gonna cut off support, and you're like, crap, I have no choice.
I got to go.
No
Oh.
choice.
Yeah,
It's like the
I love
iPhone.
XP.
I love like this size iPhone.
Oh,
Like-
it's the one I got. I went from a 6S. Oop,
Yeah.
Yep, but that's fine.
But yeah, mine, I've got the newer one upstairs. It's like twice the size.
Yeah.
And this phone's starting to get more and more slow. It's like, I'm gonna have to upgrade soon.
Just
I have
stay with the SE, man. Just get a new SE.
Yeah, it's just like.
I think they're going to do another small version.
I
of it.
think that
They better.
I think that Steve Jobs would be horrified to know that we don't have a legitimate small iPhone because
No,
it's
he-
ergonomically correct.
Correct.
Yes.
I agree with
And
you.
Steve Jobs was all about the ergonomics, the fact that the
You know what I love?
technology should complement.
They're making iPhones bigger and iPads smaller.
Yes.
What
It's
are they
insane.
doing?
What are they doing?
Like what? The point is an iPhone is smaller and an iPad's bigger.
Right.
That's the point.
But Steve Jobs was really about like the technology should complement human existence. It should, it should feel good in your hand. It should feel like it's part of you.
Well,
and
that's why the original iPhone is like pathetically small.
It is.
Compared to our iPhones now, because
right.
I mean, it wasn't meant to be the iPhone as the iPhone is today.
It's not supposed to be this big, what they call phablets, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no. It was never supposed to be that way. And I lived with the iPhone 6S for 2 years, and I hated it. I mean, it was horrible.
See, I got used to my 7.
Yeah.
Like, very quickly.
You got bigger hands.
No, man. I have to hold the phone in one hand, and I have to be able to do the button on top.
On top.
I have to
has
do that.
That's what I miss, though. I do miss button on top.
Right.
Yeah, you can do everything from one hand on the phone.
Everything from one hand. Everything. The thumb naturally reaches all 4 corners of the phone.
Yep, you're always right here.
I don't have to do any sort of balancing act with my pinky to get
Exactly.
it. No, it's horrible. I think Steve Jobs will be rolling in his grave knowing that if we ever phase out a small iPhone. Now, the SE is getting pretty old. It's the same insides as the 6S, so I didn't really take a downgrade when I got it.
It's just when I stop updating after like 2 generations.
Exactly. So I do worry about that a little bit. So I hope that at least within the next few. But the thing is, I bought this SE. I bought this SE for $100, just cash,
Nothing.
brand new SE, $100 cash, and I'm paying $60 a month for an unlimited plan on data right now, which is like nothing compared to renting. I mean, that's like the bigger phones are like $800 phones, and you have to rent. You basically have to lease them like a car or something.
Yeah, I always just buy them out, and it's painful.
Oh, it's horrible, right? So no, I'm not.
I got my 7 for free.
Oh well, there you go. I'm not buying into that. I was at another store and they were like, yeah, you want to buy the newest iPhone? It's like $38 a month. Like, bro, on top of like an $80 bill.
Right.
I was like, oh Lord, that's another car bill. I could have a whole car.
You literally could.
Yep.
You can get a lot of car leases.
Yes.
For
around that price point.
You could lease a truck for like $200.
Right.
A brand new truck.
I was so hoping that was a Charizard.
And at the end of the day, like, these phones are built to last 2 years. They're like, I mean, not even built. They're built to last like 16 months. Okay. And then,
No,
so
it's
you're
true.
telling me that I'm going to spend an arm and a leg on a 2-year lease on a phone? They know that it's a brilliant marketing scheme because they're like, yeah, you'll lease the phone for 2 years, and in 2 years you'll have it paid off. But then,
support for the phone. We're gonna intentionally slow it down.
Right.
Make your life miserable.
The phone.
That's like buying a brand new car. Like in 2 years, we're gonna keep coming and like messing with your motor.
Right.
And slowing. I'm like, dude, that would be illegal.
So they just are going to have you hooked for the rest of your life. So because your phone will you're never going to get to the point where you're like, you know what, this phone's great. I'll keep this phone for 10 years.
Yep.
No, you'll never get to that point. So then they're just going to have you paying $40 a month for a brand new phone for the rest of your life. And I was like, you know what? No. Negative. I'm going iPhone SE, $100 out the door. Beautiful. And I never have to pay for it again.
No, it's exactly what they did. It's insane, dude.
So like,
Literally insane.
it's crazy that actual phone companies.
Guzma.
There is a Guzma.
Ooh.
Oh, sick rip here in the twilight of the 1,000-pack opening. But
The thing I hate about it the most, honestly, it's like when they come out with a new iPhone, your thought is always, am I going to hate this or not?
right,
Because they try to reinvent the wheel so many times that if you
So
hate
much.
it, you're stuck with it
right.
for a couple more years until potentially a new one.
But that's just smartphones in general.
I guess
I know,
iPhone
but
does.
like with Apple, dude, they nailed the iPhone. It was perfect. Make the technology better. Stop
told you-
messing with
I
They're
told you.
Androids now.
Steve Jobs would be rolling in his grave. I've already said.
When they came out for the last iPhone, they literally just gave the Android spiel from 2 years ago.
They did.
That was basically all.
It's
it
like,
was.
don't, just because you have people going from iPhone to Android does not mean your formula is messed up. Okay? People just like to try different things. So let them go try something else.
Yeah, when you got like 99% of the market share,
You're fine.
you can't go any higher.
You're fine. Stop trying to say that like, okay, we're losing customers to Android. Okay, you're gonna shed a few. Because Android, the competition's gonna catch up to what you're doing.
Well, there's always going to be people who are like anti-fad,
Yes.
anti-whatever. You're
Right.
always going to have a population.
Which is funny because Apple was that at first.
I know, Apple was.
Apple was the anti, and now they're the main, and it's funny. Yeah. They're the main on phones. I mean, computers now they got a pretty solid market of the computer hardware as well.
Yeah, they had a huge blow though with was it Final Cut Pro?
What about Final Cut? Oh, they own that.
Was it Final Cut Pro?
I think they did own Final Cut Pro.
Regardless,
like
that's what was used to edit most movies.
Yeah,
and
it was Mac only
for like TV shows.
Right.
Mac only, and then they did some crazy updates and like removed a bunch of things. So a lot of professional movie studios were like, no,
we're going to
and
PC
they
and
went
Premiere
to
Pro.
Premiere Pro.
Yep.
Right.
So it's like, dude, you had
the
multi-billion-dollar industry, and you changed something that wasn't broke.
Yep. I told you, man. Steve Jobs made me mad.
I can't think of the name of the other program that people use for TV shows a lot.
Not Premiere?
No, I mean, they use Premiere, but there's another one that's like very... Because TV shows are more like a different formula.
Got it.
And there's something that's tailored directly to it. It's ungodly expensive.
I'm sure.
Oh my god, it's ungodly expensive to buy it.
Man, shout out to you. The half
the 0.1
percenters.
Yeah,
ooh, that's
pretty. We are down to like half a box now.
We are in the final home stretch.
I came down like 25 minutes ago to tag you out, and I've just been standing here.
It's cool, man. At this point, I got to the point where I could see the finish line, and I wanted to continue running.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, at least you can't tell me that I'm lazy and don't do my job.
Right.
You can tell me
you're not getting out of your contract, man.
You can tell me to quit and that I can't start my own YouTube channel though. Quit, become your own boss, but
Wait, we should be picking on Mikey. I'm the one that was in a Jake Paul video. You're the one that was in Boogie.
Right.
Both today. What about you?
Sweet.
Why are you picking on me?
Famous.
Why did no one famous get you in their video today, Mikey?
I also got retweeted by Big Jiggly Panda last night.
Which is always special.
That felt good. Love that guy. Shout out to Big Jiggly if you out here. So, you're a busy man. So
no way he's pointing at 0.1%.
Nah.
No way.
No way. But if you are Big Jiggly, what up?
I'm just got to go. I guess I'm going to make some phone calls.
I guess also if you're Jake Paul's cousin.
Yeah, shout out to if you're Jake Paul and your kid is watching this right now and you can hear us.
God, it would have been awesome if he's like, "Hey, who are you watching?" Come on, it was so close.
So
yeah,
close.
That's insane. That is so crazy.
Is it okay if I'm just sitting here watching Andrew open up packs now?
I mean, you could probably help out.
I'll take 3 more.
All right, we're going to close this out. And then we're going to go over...
It's going to be tomorrow for us, but
instantly for you. Instantly for you. You're going to get to see...
Instant gratification.
Everything that we pulled. But, real talk...
Everything, including the commons on commons.
I'm going to go home and eat dinner, though.
Mega Gardevoir.
Right.
And it's midnight right now. And
well, Mikey, you're still invited over to my house for some Tauros.
Is right. Ooh.
Not you, Mahone. You didn't know who Dolly Parton was.
I don't know who Dolly... Oh, that's the real deal breaker, huh?
That is insane. How do you not know Dolly Parton? All right. I'm going to ask you a question. See if you can get it.
Hey, last pack.
Who sang the night that the lights went out in Georgia?
I've never heard of that song.
Oh my gosh.
What a mixture of random cards. I did my best to put them together. Yeah, again. Self-promotion, Dariums.com. That's the reason we open these, because we have singles. It's link should be in the description, maybe. I don't know. And we're buying your bulk again. Well, this is a huge mixture of stuff. Yeah, here's the non, GXs, EXs, whatnot. I love these hollow energies from Evolutions. There's a ton of Evolutions in here. Only one of the Charizard, and it's almost gradable. It's just random stuff. I'm not even sure everything should be. I don't know why that break is in there. I'm not really that good at sorting. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I'm not okay. I'll put this aside for the breaks. Do we have another one of that? Oh, these two things just stuck together. Okay, there we go. Breaks are not really that much of a thing anymore. I mean, mainly card bank break though. We're not going to go over these really too much because a lot of these are almost just basically bulk now. That's sad. That is sad. And trip down memory lane all the way back to the last block. Here's what we got for our EXs. Megampharos, Magirna. We hit a lot of Slowbros. Blastoise, Mega Blastoise, Glaceon. It's a pretty good mix. of things. Like, I don't know why we have so many Slowbros and Steelix and Mega Steelix. Not quite what you want. 3 full art Mewtwo's is pretty sick though. Also, oh, look at all these Alakazams. What? Why do we have so many Alakazams? All the spoon, man. Look, and Mega Alakazams. I'm not really going to profit or loss these because since we opened these out of collection boxes, I couldn't even tell you how much we paid for them because since it varies over price. Just to give you a good idea of what we ended up hitting. Mega Charizard, that's one of the tastiest cards out of here. Unfortunately, the Mega Charizard, not worth grading. See some little white right there. This is the card from Evolutions you want to grade, and so is... Actually, let me see. The reverse holo, not so much. People want the holo versions. Let's look at the reverse holo. It's got some whitening. Some white right there, and some up there, so not worth grading. Evolutions used to be perfect. Perfect. Plus this card's warping already. It hasn't even... It's weird. And this one, oh, it looks... I don't think the camera's going to be able to pick it up, really, but... It looks perfect. Try not to yell into the microphone. Come on, camera. Would you like to zoom? But up here is like a very tiny divot. You can kind of see it right there. There you go. It's a small little divot in the card. I just touched with my fingernail, too. It's probably still going to be graded. Probably still going to grade it because, hey, why not? And that's about it for the EXs. Really not that much to talk about, except for the Charizards. I'm going to put those aside. I'm going to check all of these cards, actually, to see if I should grade them or not, because PSA Graded Returns is on its way back, and this was a very good mix of cards to open. Now, for the GXs. Let's just do this a little bit more. 4 Guzzlords, a Guzzlord GX Full Art, and a Hyper Rare, 1 Darkrai, 1 Alolan Muck, 1 Umbreon, 1 Incineroar, 2 Gardevoirs, that's a lot, 5 Nihilego, 3 Full Arts, an Unsleeved Espeon, Lunala, 2 Kartanas, a Solgaleo, a ton, and by that I mean 6 Derp Trees, put them right there, Como-O, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, naturally, 7 Alolan Golems with 3 Full Art Alolan Golems, because that's just what you want. Vigavolt, Full Art, Tapu Koko, Full Art, a Decidueye, Lurantis, Secret Rare, 2 Donald Trumps and a Donald Trump Full Art, a playset of Tauros GXs, Full Art Tauros GX, 3 Savalis, 2 Savali Full Arts, and 2 Savali Hyper Rares. That's, yeah. Buzzwole, looking at a playset of Buzzwalls, Full Art Buzzwole, 2 Machamps, a Ho-Oh, 3 Gyarados, 2 Gyarados Full Arts, 2 Lapras, 2 Primarina. We hit really heavy on the low end there on these. Sigh. This is why I don't want to know. I might leave a comment in the comment section down below if I add all of these up, how much it's all worth, I guess. I guess I could have did that. Too late. We already did this. Full Art Guzma. These are all the Full Art trainers, by the way. Lily Bay. It's an okay mix. I mean, it's we're missing some. Yeah. And again, there was only a couple Ultra Prism packs in here, so we couldn't really get that Full Art Cynthia. The Full Art Guzma makes me happy. It's still not bad. I mean, it's a pretty good amount of Full Art trainers, honestly. I'm quite happy with that. I was going to put it right here. And for our gold bordered secret rares, 2 Wishful Baton somehow. Choice Band, which is beautiful. Counter Catcher, Nest Ball, Counter Energy, 2 Energies, and a Volcanion EX, which I guess I could have put into the EX, but I didn't. So there's 1,000 random packs. We have a bunch more to open, so there's probably about 2 or 3 more videos like this coming up here soon of 1,000 packs of just random stuff.